All right, we're live. Welcome in, everybody. This is Hack City. I'm Joe DeLeone. With me, my co-host, former teammate, current roommate, Sean Anderson. Today, we are going to be live throughout the entirety of the Florida State-Georgia Tech game. We're just going to be sitting here, hanging out, watching the game with you folks. Feel free in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. We'll throw plenty of conversation points up on the screen. Anybody that is watching along with us, but it's going to be a fun 3 hours. You excited?
I am fired up. I kid you not. I woke up like a big mess today, just about
Yeah,
like
I'm
every
sure.
day.
Yep.
But I'm not kidding when I tell you I felt the brisk autumn air in my room. Subliminal or not. Made up
Do you
in
have a
my
window
head.
open?
No, made up in my head or not. The energy,
That is definitely
temperature,
subliminal.
and feel in the room was different. I could feel it on my leg hair. I'm sure you felt it on your back of neck hair, which is abundant. But regardless,
Screw you.
it's football is in the air again, and it feels good.
Yeah, it was. I had to wake up early as shit because I went to go get my haircut, and it was refreshing waking up knowing that there was a game on today, a competitive game today. I think that on paper, you look at it and it's not exactly an exciting matchup that we're stepping into. Just if you naturally look at the rivalry between. Actually, Florida State and Georgia Tech has produced some extremely good games, has produced some of the most unexpectedly competitive, highly fought, just crazy outcomes. I think this game is going to maybe not live up to that level of hype, but just generally give us a really good, hard-fought battle. Brent Key, as much as I haven't been much of a supporter of him, is going to have his team prepared. I think that they're going to play really hard-nosed defense. They're going to run the ball really freaking well. Their offensive line is probably going to play great going up against what is an extremely formidable Florida State defensive line. Florida State, though, needs to prove themselves. Florida State needs to show that they are not taking a step back. Also, Colin's here. Colin, if you start acting like a bot again, I swear to God. Also, what's up, Ryan? Appreciate that you've hopped in. Ryan's a goddamn liar. Ryan said that he is here, and he is obviously
He's
not.
done that bit before where he'll comment early and make his presence felt. And he did a nice thing today, plugging the stream, which we appreciated.
Yeah.
But this bit that he does, it's tangible, and we've seen it. Where
Speaking of which, he's texting me.
he'll leave a comment and then not be in here when we're actually kicking off live. But I'm sure he'll pop in and out as he pleases.
Yeah, Ryan texted me that UVA per Jackie Francachilli tweeted out that UVA has named Anthony Calandria, a lot of Italian names here, as their starting quarterback, which that gets me hyped up. Anyone who watches ACC football knows who Anthony Calandria is. He is a heart attack waiting to happen every single time he drops back, but like in a good way. Like when you're just stressed, but the adrenaline is pumping because he makes some of the most insanely risky decisions with the football in his hands. I'm always just in awe of that kid playing quarterback. I'm glad that he's starting because when you're a team like UVA and you're in a situation where you don't really have a lot to lose necessarily, at least be fun. You know, don't just throw out there the quarterback that's the most consistently accurate in practice. No, throw out the guy that is going to connect on splash plays. Throw out the guy that is going to take those risks. And when they don't pan out, yeah, you're going to hate yourself and you're going to hate watching the games. But the inverse of that is when he connects and makes those big plays, you're going to be super freaking excited. It's kind of like Garrett Green, who Garrett Green's a little bit more progressed because he's an older quarterback, but his completion percentage is 53%. But he's like one of the highest graded quarterbacks in like deep ball accuracy and just deep ball production per PFF. So he will connect on those deep balls. You ask him to throw to the middle of the field or short to intermediate, that's not happening. Good luck. And I kind of like that, that 3-point style approach. It's what Alabama did last year that some of these teams are kind of adopting.
Is he more of a heart attack than Brendan Armstrong was at UVA?
No, he wasn't. Okay. He was not like a good heart attack. He was just like, okay, yeah, he's a good athlete and he can move. And he did not fit at Kentucky. They tried to make him Will Levis at Kentucky, it felt like last year, and he did not fit. No. I'm mixing him up. Brendan Armstrong was at NC State.
Yes,
I always mix him up in who was Oh my God, who was the kid from NC State that transferred to Kentucky?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Devin Leary?
Yeah, I think you're
It's Devin
spot
Leary. He's a
on.
New Jersey guy. Colin's asking, when are we going to see Hack City live in Ireland? I would love. And then Ryan came back with, when are we going to see college football dogs in Ireland? Ryan, don't rile up
Come
Colin.
on, man.
I don't know, man. That'd be sick. I would love to do one of these live. The idea is, and the reason why we started doing these, I actually had a texting conversation. Brian, thank you for clarifying. Yes, it was Leary. Ryan and I had a text conversation about this because he saw that we were doing this live this week, and he texted me and he said, like, wait, you guys are going to be live the whole game? I said, yeah. And it's an untapped market, I think, for us, for the way that we do our shows and the way that our listeners have given us feedback on why they like the show for us to do these watch-alongs. There's so many channels. Actually, there's not that many channels, but the channels that do it do have success. And I think for how everyone has told us, we feel like we're sitting on the couch arguing with you guys while we're listening to the show. So why not we literally do that? Sit on the couch like we're watching the game and argue along, react along to everything that's happening. If this gets successful enough, though, I would love to travel somewhere, go to a game, and do like an actual one at a bar. But, we'll see how it goes.
That'd be fun. That'd be nice. I remember seeing some of Gresh's bar appearances and wanting to do stuff like that and wanting to yell about very controversial quarterback opinions and topics in a gambling room. You don't remember being at that?
I don't remember I remember being at the. God, what was the name of that casino?
We were a couple years
in Rhode
separated
Island?
from the Kaepernick situation, and he was giving some thoughts, and there was wait staff that was definitely disagreeing with what he was saying, but he was doing a radio show, and I didn't think that some of his analysis was that far off. Look, yeah, I know, I know.
Colin, can you elaborate? Colin, I need you to elaborate why you're bringing up. Do we want to attend the Maxwell Awards?
They're just having, you know what? That's fine. Thank you, Ryan. You and Colin entertain each other for a little bit.
Yeah. I appreciate, by the way, McAfee has been just completely leaning into being in Ireland this week.
I saw something where he said, I guess on the show, he took like 100 milligram edible before he was doing his show.
No, not before the show. It was before the flight.
Oh, that's right.
And then people were kind of pointing out that it seemed like it was still...
Like he was still a bit zooted?
Yeah, it was still kicked in a little bit. He did have a little bit of that vibe on his show yesterday.
God. I like seeing Sheamus. You were saying before the show, let's just get the biggest Irish wrestler that we can. Put him on the set.
It's a great bit. Man, they're not giving any love to... Nobody's going to pull the North Dakota State pick? Come on, Kirk, do it.
You could do it, Kirk.
Pick North Dakota State. Is the game itself, it's on ESPN?
This one today?
Yeah, is it on ABC? Do we got to switch channels here? By the way, I've noticed this TV is such a piece of junk, and I don't know if it's because or if it's only for NFL Network, but I've noticed that there is often a delay.
A massive delay.
Yeah, like the audio will be playing like a whole 10 seconds behind 10 seconds ahead of the video. It's not like a couple seconds or a little bit. There will be a huge, massive delay in what's happening, which I guess isn't going to impact us today.
It's on ESPN.
Okay, good.
Game, so I think we should be fine.
Good.
Do we want to bid it up right now, or do we want to give it a little more time?
What do you mean bid it up?
Do the opening show bit.
The beard?
Yeah.
No, we said we were doing that at halftime.
That at halftime? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because remember we were talking about.
I thought we were just picking the game at halftime.
No. Well, we're gonna react, but like we got 20 minutes at halftime, and the game's not that far away from starting. So like, why don't we?
Yeah, might as well.
I think it make a little more sense that we need something to do at halftime. We might as well. Everybody can watch you shave.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Very.
Live stream the Gallon. Some hosts for the live stream looking for a one-show contract. Are you offering that to Ryan? Are you offering this to Ryan, or are you offering this to us? I don't. I respect anyone who gets banned from anywhere. What?
I don't respect anybody that gets put on the no-fly list. If you're a person that gets put on the no-fly list, you deserve to be so. Oh, thanks, Colin. At least we're the ones he's offering.
Hey, Colin, DM us. We'd be interested in having a conversation about it. Absolutely. What are you laughing at?
Just the way you dropped that, man.
What the way I dropped what?
Colin, DM us, man. We'd love to talk with you.
I just while
Trust me, we'd love it.
No. While I was saying that, I just DM'd you what popped up in my Twitter feed, and it is abominable what I just saw in my Twitter feed.
God damn it, man. God damn it. You've been on some bad behavior, dog.
Oh God. Oh. That is I can't even like repeat.
My Twitter is short circuiting.
Oh my God. I was so like there's this picture of Trump that's going around Twitter like today apparently where he looks like really just like
The crispy Trump?
yeah,
Yeah.
and somebody photoshopped a picture of him onto SpongeBob, and when I was going to pay for my Snapple, like when you do Apple Pay, you put your phone up, and then when the Apple Pay's done, it closes the Apple Pay and opens the app that you currently have open.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to pay, and as I'm paying, my phone is out facing this guy and the cash register, and what opens up is that picture of Trump edited onto SpongeBob's body. So I'm just standing there showing this guy a picture of fucking SpongeBob Trump. And he kind of looked up at me and just kind of looked at me, and I was like, all right. It's the same bodega that I go to every other day, too. I hope I made his day. By the way, you suck last night. You air me out to every just like bodega guy now. Is that what this is?
What did I do?
You were harassing me for you were harassing me and then asking
you asked me some dumb question, and then I got the bodega guy to laugh at you, and now I'm the
Well, I
bad
asked
guy.
you if you paid for your drink, and I realized as I was saying it, like, hey, I should not imply that you stole something
Yeah.
to the bodega guy.
Then I think I just started calling you names, and he started laughing. I made
Yeah,
his
you
night.
called me. Yeah, you called me a piece of garbage, and the bodega guy who, like, spoke very few words to us started like cackling. He started laughing.
Well, because he saw you were definitively off the rails. Like, you just had no. That question, did you pay for that? Because I got myself a tall boy Heineken at the liquor store next to the grocery store, which was delicious. And I walk into the grocery store because I know Joe's in there. I say, okay, I'll pop in. Maybe I'll see what the late night offerings are. And then Joe just exclaims, "Did you buy that? Where'd you get that?"
I was
No, Joe,
tired, man. Okay, it was no. I didn't say did you get that. Where did you get that? I said did you pay for that? Which is, again, a terrible, terrible thing to say to someone who's walking into a store with a bottle in their hand.
That guy made me buy a lime for a $5 minimum. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I never get. There's so few places that do the $5 minimum thing.
Well,
like,
it's the government
why?
taking out of your till, and I'm not. This isn't libertarian
I don't.
Sean jumping
Is
out
it
early
government?
about government.
Wait.
And then-
Is it government or credit card fees?
credit card fees? That's what it is. which
Government, I hope
stems
they
from
don't-
government. Again, I'm not trying to get all libertarian, but I think that's the reason that stores and small businesses would rather you pay cash. Us, it doesn't matter. You could pay us in I don't know. Joe's got a bunch of crypto and stuff.
I have no crypto.
I thought you were Joey Crypto.
What? Why would you accuse me of that? I'm Joey Crypto?
I thought you were. I thought you
You're
were trying
a
to
piece
pitch me
of
on
shit.
some coins and stuff.
What?
Well, okay, see, that's a little strong for
That
me.
is-
I'm thinking
no,
that you
no,
were trying to
no,
give me
no,
some
no, no.
advice
That
about
is-
one of your coins.
No, to imply there's a certain demo of people who are into crypto and NFTs that are like really into it. I know plenty of people that own it that aren't like super embedded in that
In that
personality. They all have the same personality. There is no differentiation. So to accuse me of that is,
I wasn't saying you were like
a little mean.
one of the crypto bros, but I thought you were
No,
like
Joey Crypto is as much as you could imply that I am as possible. What bets do you have on this game, by the way? All I have on this is I took the under. That's it. I don't love the Florida State 10.5. I don't know
took
why.
it. I got Florida State 10.5 rolling into it. A little tenor on it. Why not? We'll kick the season up with a full unit bet. They need to. I'm ready to see Haynes King break my heart today. I am ready to see it.
He's either, so here's my perspective on Haynes King. I think that he's either coming into this and he's going to have like a huge welcoming coming out party of, I'm going to cause so many problems in the ACC this year. Like almost like a Riley Leonard-esque opening game like we saw last year, where he didn't really burn things to the ground against Clemson, but he had one of those games where he had so many annoyances in the Clemson game that set them up to pull off that upset. Haynes King has a very similar just general athletic profile to Riley Leonard. I could totally see that in this game. The inverse of that is he could go, completely crap his pants and throw 3 interceptions, because he has had a lot of turnover heavy games in his career. And especially last year, he had a couple 3 interception plus games. I think he had 2 or more than that last year. 16 interceptions is a ton. So this game really all it comes down to is which version of Haynes King shows up. Which version plays today?
Yeah, I'm excited to see a bad version, personally, for my bet. Colin throwing his bets in. Georgia Tech plus 10.5. Florida State money line. Take the over. Here's what I hate about. I don't like
the overs.
I don't like crossing the streams on teams when it comes to spreads and a money line. That's always asking and inviting disaster into your home, where all you need is a win from the favorites, but you need the underdog to cover. Hate that, because you're conflicted all game and you need so many things to go right for that to happen. And this isn't just take the parlay and your odds multiply against you with how many legs that you add. This is rooting interest, hard to follow game. It makes it way too confusing. I'm not in on dual team bets in the same game.
Colin, what is that a parlay that you're implying that you had there? Because why would you even touch? Wait, that he's got Georgia Tech
10.5
to cover, but Florida State money line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
God, that is not a parlay.
You would have to parlay it, because the Florida State money line odds are too. Yeah, Jesus, that's too much. That's too much, Colin.
Colin,
you're all over the place.
Colin, you good? I'm not loving those bets. I also have today. I decided to go in on Montana team total over 35.5.
And where'd you do that at?
Bet Online.
That's right.
Definitely have Bet Online as where I bet that.
Well, I'd like to say real quickly before the game starts, Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything.
Hold on.
Football. We can't do a read in the stream.
We can't track the. It's going to be a 3-hour stream.
Well, we might as well get one read in at the earliest, right?
Yeah, but we're not. We can't use this as like our analytics for a report to them. We can't. Well, I'll explain after.
God forbid I try to be a company man.
No, I appreciate you doing that, and I had thought about it, and I decided not to do that.
All right. Well, the game stops here. Right.
Well, go to Bet Online. Seriously, though, that has been our long-term betting partner. I also took SMU minus 27. I think that they're going to cover that.
Well, they dropped down from minus 29 or given 29 points.
Have they did they really?
Yeah,
that
they
moved?
dropped down 2 points. That's why I took it on our bets episode, which you should check out. It is up on our YouTube page.
I don't know if people want to check that one out. That was probably one of the most contentious shows that we've ever done.
I'd say definitely the tensest and most contentious. And
no,
there wasn't enough. There wasn't 5 minutes without somebody getting attacked. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Brad.
Someone's trying to get excited about him.
Well, okay. I'm not gonna finish that statement. We're not gonna do the read. We're obviously going to pitch Bet Online. We're just not gonna do the read during this because we're not going to, do any goodwill in this situation. Sure. That sounds really shitty. I think the most contentious show that we ever did, though, was when I called you out for not putting any effort in 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
That was a brutal stream. And a lot of people messaged me individually and were like, are you guys going to break up?
Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah. I was having a little too much fun with my life at that time. And that's what I said. I said, all right, I got a little too far away from the goalposts. So I got to reel it in. And I feel like it was reeled in a little bit, but I don't know. Thursday's stream was like, I didn't even play video games when we ended. I just went right to bed. It was just, let me just sit in the dark for a little bit.
Anyone else in the chat who wants to drop, let us know what your bets were. We will flame them or we will approve of them.
Oh, there was an earlier question that we didn't get to.
What was it?
I believe it was who wins in a fight between a Yellow Jacket and a Seminole.
Who asked that?
Who do you think? I'll pin it, and you're going to get... Who else would ask?
Oh, in a fight between I mean, I think that... Are we implying that the mascots themselves are fighting head-to-head, or is it just like a small Yellow Jacket and a Seminole?
Does the Seminole have a bee allergy? Because if so, the
that's
Yellow
a good
Jacket
question.
takes it down. If not...
What is the Seminole armed with? Does he have like one of those electric rackets?
Like a fly...
Like one of those electric fly swatter? Yeah, you know, that are shaped like the tennis rackets?
I don't know. Those always... You ever have one of those? Those always... we could never have them because me and all my friends would start swatting each other with it. And then they would end up breaking. Just a bunch of cavemen in a basement playing with electricity.
The intelligence of you and your...
I'm not saying it was high. I'm saying that seeing some of these gentlemen go to the colleges that they went to and seeing me get denied from the colleges I got denied from is still shocking to this day.
Let's see if this is updated. No. Yeah, y'all might need to bear with us on the scoreboard. Might need to jump to a different site to track the score because I just don't know how that's going to fit in the box. That is probably, this is just totally in the weeds conversation point. It's really hard to find a good scoreboard. We're obviously not going to sit here and like keep updating the scoreboard throughout the show. That would be really stupid. We don't have a producer. I put $100. I can make you just as angry with my mailbag question next week. I'm afraid to ask what his idea is.
All right, Brendan. We'll see what you got.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
Did you see that one Florida State freshman who was standing and staring down the Georgia Tech team when they were getting off the bus?
No,
I don't know why I love it
not.
I love it when guys do that shit. I don't know why. Some people can say that that's corny. I don't care. If you got dudes that are that intense...
Well, I always go back to when we played in the Nor'easter against William & Mary.
Yeah.
That was one of the most insane pregame situations I've ever been a part of in my life. Maybe the most. I
don't
think
really remember that much. I kind of blocked that.
It's where we walked out and we were playing in just torrential downpour. Mm-hmm. It was freezing. It was almost a hurricane. And we decided to continue with the game. The field wasn't destroyed yet.
Hell yeah, Chris. Hammer the Knolls.
Let's go. And as soon as everyone was out, we were doing our warm-ups. Everyone was just soaking wet. Like, we just knew we were in for it. And both teams met at midfield and just started jawing and yelling.
Oh, I remember that.
And it wasn't like a fight and it wasn't hostile, but it was kind of we know we are getting into a mega slop fest here. And it's going to be a brick
carnal
fight, and it's going to be carnal.
Yeah.
It was one of the I get goosebumps thinking about it, where it's just everyone meeting and just screaming at each other like this is football weather. That's what football weather is.
That game, playing in that game, is the only time in the 39 games that I played in that it felt like a scrimmage. Like it felt like it was a practice. It felt like there was no outcome to be had. There was nobody in the stands watching that thing.
It was Mike Gilbert yelling at me to get away from the heater. That's what I remember. Smoke! What are you doing? Get to the side. I'm like, Gilby, I haven't gotten in. I'm not getting in. Let me try to stay warm. I don't get one of the big jackets. Kick off! Come on!
There we go. We're back!
God, yeah. All right, Florida State gets the ball. Jesus, let's go. Come on, quick drive. Let's get a quick 7 on the board, please.
Ooh, I got goosebumps, man.
Make the fat podcaster happy.
I got goosebumps. God.
All right. Well, cognitive dissonance here with DJU.
No, damn it, my screen reloaded. I just saw somebody posted their setup and somebody put a huge flat screen TV in their bathroom right in front of their toilet. Yep, already opening with play action. Good throw to Roydell Williams. There we go.
Easy first down. I like it. When my dad was a Little League football coach, another one of his assistant coaches, one of my friend's dads, I guess he was picking me up from his house. Mm-hmm. My dad was. And the assistant coach invited him in the house just to show my dad that he had put a TV in his bathroom. And this was in like, I don't know, 08, 07. So the TV wasn't that good, but it was just enough where you could watch whatever you wanted. And that was before phones and social media and all the scrolling. So that was a huge win for him.
We should put a toilet in the studio. I think that'd be a. Well, last night we were contemplating stealing a. Ooh, Roydell Williams is running hard. That was nice vision, patience. Who's 44 on Georgia Tech with the neck roll? Hold on a minute. Did you see him? Dude has no neck. I need to see this guy again. Last night we were contemplating stealing a porta potty. We already got Coney right here. We almost brought Conan. Sorry, we almost got. Yeah, look at who is that? Efford?
Kyle Efford. Yeah, number 44.
That's awesome.
Oh God, his lateral is tough.
Yeah, he's not moving.
Well, no one's moving him. Well, which is good, but
his neck doesn't. His neck's holding him down. His neck is so heavy. He can't change direction. Watch this. Watch this. So right, this is a nice, outside, nice. Fine. Man, I'm really
get off the block. Get off the. All right. Knock a big fella down. All right.
I'm really liking the early approach from Alex Atkins. Get as many different ball carriers involved. You know that they're down Hakeem Williams at receiver. You don't have the premier receivers that you had, but you've got a really deep running back room. Just try and get as many guys involved as possible.
I like that every Florida State play is falling forward, even if they're like right there, 2-yard, 3-yard run. Who cares? Fall forward indicates the just true strength of the team. Even if it's a 3-yard tackle, if I'm the defense, I don't want him falling. I don't want him falling forward. I want him going backwards or to the side and a stalemate. This is just an indicator of a long, long day. All right, come on, Efford, show some juice.
God, anyone who's played college football knows that there's an effort in every single locker room. Oh, nice run. Yeah, who's 13? Who's 13? Lucas. Can you this is a jackass question and I'm not acting like you're the producer. But could you keep a roster up?
Yeah.
Cuz I can't. I don't want to be dicking around with the screen. By the way, anyone who's in the stream would appreciate any feedback on if we sound and look okay. Wow, they are really just running the ball up the middle. They said, screw it. We are going to just run the goddamn ball.
Yeah. Jesus. 13, Jalen Lucas.
Oh, this stupid. Wait, I didn't update this. Okay, this didn't update. So we're going to have to go to.
Oh, thanks, Colin. Appreciate it.
What did Colin say?
Sound great, look ugly.
Oh, thanks, Colin.
Yeah, that's the only.
Is there like a good? Does anyone have any suggestions for a good live scoreboard? No.
Go to NCAA.
What?
NCAA.
I just went to NCAA.com and it just started playing a really loud ad. You didn't hear that?
Well, then mute the site.
Oh, wow.
Do we have a quick six?
Foley, wow.
Quick six. Let's go, man. Let's make some money today.
Wow. All right. Well, hopefully no one at ESPN gets mad at us for using this scoreboard. How do I get the box score up? You know what? I might just do? Wait. Let's do Florida State, Georgia Tech. And let's just use this. And this lets me.
That works.
Yeah, and I can punch in.
You won't punch it in.
I can punch it in. Wow, that was a really good run by Defoe. Good
block.
The general creativeness by Florida State to know, hey, we're not going to just run the ball in the A gap every single time.
You went for 2?
Wow.
All right, kick off the season strong. Love it. Love it. Quick 8 on the board, setting the tone. All right, Georgia Tech, let's see what you got. You bled all drive. God, they bled that drive. What was the over-under here? 55?
Yeah, 55.
Oh, thanks, Kevin, also. Sounding good, looking good. Appreciate it, Kevin Smith. You are the best. Colin Sutrick, you opened yourself up for that one. Joey Crypto. That's what I always say. That's what he's known as.
I hate that. Who said that? Who
do you think called you Joey Crypto?
Yeah, dude, there was so much diversity in the rushing plays that they called there. You had a jet motion handoff end around. You had a number of runs that were between the A gaps, and then you had a couple of misdirections. That one run by Toffoli was to the outside off the tackle.
The play action pass was smooth
to open the drive, because you're going to come into this game thinking, oh, they're going to just try to get the ball moving. They're going to try to get a little bit of rhythm. The whole Georgia Tech defense looked moderately duped by that play to start, which allowed for them to pick up a quick first down.
All right, taking it out. Oh, Jesus. All right, taking it out from the 20, 21. Hold on to the ball. All right, they're good. 80 yards to go for Haynes King and the Yellow Jackets.
Trying to tweet and talk at the same time is always going to be.
My Twitter is still so jammed up.
From the Simpsons.
Yeah,
tweet.
Thanks everybody. Appreciate it. God.
Wait. You put the stream link underneath it.
Okay.
Seriously, just do it. Just do. You probably won't get that many people who click on it, but just do it. It's not sports related by any means. That was a hell of a run by Toffoli. Man, dude, they have so many different backs that they can get the ball to. That was it. How many times did they throw the ball in that drive?
Yeah, I think they threw it one time. I think it was the first play, and then they just ran it.
I need to fix this. I'm not doing a very good job of. Should we keep the player stats up or team stats? Let's do team stats.
Right, that's fine.
This actually looks pretty good. This looks better than the Bleacher Report one. I had wanted to use Bleacher Report just because of the relationship that I have with them. That, like, I don't know. I did, but their scoreboard doesn't update. Screw you.
You can't just say that.
By the way, announcement: I'm going to be doing a weekly Notre Dame stream for them on Wednesdays.
Really?
Yeah, 30-minute streams on their app again. That'll be fun. Do I have any eligibility left? Okay, thanks, Brian.
Was that B Mafia?
Yeah, of course it was B Mafia.
My Brian Mafia.
Oh, it was a swinging gate. They didn't. We missed it. It was a swinging gate 2-point conversion.
Oh, I hate the swinging gate. I detest the swinging gate.
Why do you hate the swinging gate?
Any coach that goes out and runs the swinging gate, I said this last season, should be fired. If you see your team going
that is awesome way to start the goddamn season.
Sure, it's awesome when it works out, but the swinging gate sucks. And if you're a fan of a team and your coach is deciding to call a swinging gate, that means he doesn't have any better ideas. It's ridiculous. It's an awful play. I'm against the swinging gate. Hate it. I like a tight end leak. I like a quarterback leak.
They had 3 different guys that carried the ball on that drive. They threw
mix it up.
2 passes on that drive.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you love the swinging gate. Stinks. Double reverse rules. Double pass rules. I like a lateral. Like these are good tricky plays, trick plays, not the swinging gate.
Barrett Sallee made a really good point. That was pretty porous defense. He said that Georgia Tech's defense was almost invisible on that drive. Like there was no resistance. Normally, if you have like a good defensive opening drive, you'll have like 1 tackle for loss. You'll have 1 big pop, something that gives you a little bit of juice of even if you put points up on the board, you kind of look at yourself and go, all right, we're going to come back to this. Like we were able to produce success here. We know that eventually we're going to break through. None of that happened. Oh, okay. I'm coming back to the asshole who pointed out to me about why I brought up the goddamn weather. It's raining and it's not covered. Jesus Christ, these people are so stupid. They fucking try to put comments, and I know this is the most ridiculous thing to get mad about.
Sure.
But you get mad over and saying our analysis is bad by bringing up it's going to rain and pointing out that I'm wrong about it. It's literally raining and the field is not covered. Good opening run by Georgia Tech there. They also got some good backs.
Yeah.
Oof. That is not a good look. Haynes, what are we doing? Have a little more. That might be one of the weirdest stances I've seen for trying to listen to the call in the helmet.
I don't think you can hear a thing in that stadium.
You think it's that packed and that loud?
I think Florida State fans traveled. Goodness. All right. I guess we're going to be running the rock this game.
Yeah.
You're under may be looking good.
Yeah, it would. I mean, it's going to require a lot of freaking scoring to get to 55.5 points. I might not hit it, but
55?
Shut up. We're not doing that.
Sound like the count.
I'm not doing this.
Two straight first downs for Georgia Tech. God, do something, Florida State.
Little screen. Oof. Man,
Your under's cooked, brother.
It is the first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. It's the first quarter, and you got Malik Rutherford going for 40.
Hey, man, it just started raining. Give it a little time. It'll slow down.
This isn't good for my bet either. This is terrible.
What was your bet?
It's Florida State 10.5.
Let's see what comes to fruition on this drive.
I sent that one out in the text too. I'm gonna get cooked.
Oh man,
I'm gonna get cooked up.
I have buddies who text me all the time for betting picks, and I just tell them no. Because I never want to be on the hook for somebody to be mad at me for getting a pick wrong. Like, I don't mind giving them out on a show, but I'm never gonna text my buddies like, "Hey, you need to take this pick." I think when you give it out on a show, it at least kind of leaves, a listener to.
You know what? I've gotten trapped into so many bad picks from them.
Like you've taken their
soccer, NFL, NBA lines.
They're
They've given me so many stinkers because it's fun to bet with the boys. That's why. And they've lost me so much money that I have no remorse for sending out what I like
giving them bad picks.
Yeah.
Oh, fake pitch.
Are you kidding me?
Florida State's D-line's not doing a very good job right now.
Neither defense. I don't think either defense is at a play that hasn't gone for positive yardage.
Yeah.
Every play in this game has gone for plus yards.
That's
crazy.
A little bit of rust that needs to get knocked off here. And, one thing that I feel like was kind of...
King coming out. What? They bring in Zach Pyron? Yeah.
This is interesting. He looked really good in... Oof.
Oh, all right.
Tie game. He looked really good in their spring game when I went back and watched it to kind of get a sense of how their offense was going to look.
Haynes King can't run the ball? Why would they bring in a...
Yeah, I don't know. Haynes King's supposed to be the better athlete. Maybe it's just a thought of like, hey, we don't want to ram our quarterback full speed into the line of scrimmage, so we're going to put the bigger guy in.
They just rammed them right into the line of scrimmage.
I mean, how do you not step up and stop this better than that?
I hate
that he's coming up the...
Choosing not to run a bear front on the one is absurd. I'm not saying you need to stack the box 8 deep and just leave a couple guys out and man on the edge. But you need to have 5 down. Yeah. You have to have 5 down, and you have to have somebody over the center. That is a non-negotiable with me with goal line defense. Or
especially when they're empty in that situation with a guy who's obviously coming in for a wildcat situation. Blake's doing this bit now where he won't tweet when the team that he was pushing for in the show does anything, but the minute that the team that that he was giving too much love unjustifiably. He starts tweeting in all caps and tagging me.
I like that he does incorporate you with all of his live tweets.
Yeah.
That is
I hate it whenever there's a situation when my picks are like really wrong and he starts tagging me. I get so pissed off because it's like, man, I just want to commiserate here and just be mad for a little bit. Just let me sit here and be pissed off.
Well, that's the true trials and tribulations of a football fan, is if people know what your favorite team is and they do something stupid, having a phone and having a cell phone is like the worst invention on earth at that point, because people you haven't heard from in years are going to start texting you. What's going on here? Your team sucks. You stink. And it's just brutal. Hate that.
I hate when people do that.
I hate the accessibility to get trashed. God, Florida State looked rough on defense.
Yeah, that was.
You better work. Drive. They got to work it out. Figure it out, fellas.
Really not a good opening drive on defense for them. The same thing goes for we criticize the Georgia Tech defense, Florida State's defense, who's supposed to have a bunch of potential first rounders.
Ryan has a question for you. Is Joe still wearing pants?
I'm wearing pants. I am wearing pants.
Well, it's been noted that on this program at times you have gone pantsless.
When have I ever gone pantsless?
In Los Angeles, there's a clip in our 2023 review of saying, "Oh, I actually was not wearing pants this episode because it was so hot in your LA studio." Here, he's had shorts or pants or dungarees on each time we've recorded.
Dungarees? What the terrible word?
Oh, I'm sure. Just because you don't have colorful language in your toolbox doesn't mean you have to knock mine.
Just a bad word. I wouldn't call it colorful. Yeah, that Florida State defensive line was on skates. That is abysmal. You kind of expect Georgia Tech to potentially have like a tough time up against the run, but like Florida State's supposed to be, and some people pitched them as the best defensive line in the country. Like there were some people saying that on national shows, on Twitter, that were saying that they had the best defensive line in the country. That is not true. It's either Ohio State, Michigan's in that conversation still, Notre Dame's in that conversation, Georgia Tech's in that conversation. Florida State's not. It has two really good edge rushers, but they're not up at that top. At the top, your scorecard is wrong. Well, it's up. There you go. It's updated, Colin. Now it's updated. We're not updating it. This is Google.
I mean, we didn't think Georgia Tech was going to get shut out. We never said it was going to be.
No.
Georgia Tech wouldn't score in this game. What is this? Why were the balloons coming up behind you?
There were balloons?
Yes. There was virtual balloons behind you. Did you cue an emote?
I don't. I know that the Apple interface does have that stupid shit where sometimes when you do stuff, it will send the balloons up.
Was congratulations the cue?
I don't. Did you say congratulations?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know what triggers that.
Yeah, that was odd. We got a random balloon trigger. Yeah, it could be 8-7 first quarter before Florida State starts pulling away. I wouldn't mind that.
Yep.
Figure it out. See what you did wrong.
Yeah, come back with the end around. They were a little more ready for that one. Oh,
and
good job by Lucas.
Still another positive play. Get a tackle in the backfield.
Gloves off.
What a maniac.
That was a great, patient run by Lucas. Sometimes you do got to string those runs out, just kind of see if there's anything of it developing. That's a little disappointing on Georgia Tech's part that they didn't. Oh, they only got 3 yards off of that. I don't know why it looked like he got more. Yeah, now they're loading up the box.
A lot of motion in Florida State's game so far. And DJU falls forward. That's fine.
Yeah, they're going to start putting as many guys in the box as possible.
All right. It looked like the right read from DJU. Seeing the vision behind the quarterback. Not going to knock him. It is what it is. That was the right read. Everyone was covered up. Is this our first third down?
Not sure on that. Nice throw. Another throw to a running back.
Tackle.
Although, the thing with Toffoli, he's listed as a tailback. So they've gone on their depth chart. They have running backs, and then they have tailbacks listed.
Georgia Tech, they can't tackle. They're not tackling in the rain.
They must be extremely thin at receiver that all their production is coming from these guys. Oh, I got to switch from player stats to overview. A little low. Got to get that throw up.
It's fine. More positive yardage.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock a positive yardage play. It's so hard and it's so easy to pick apart what a quarterback should have done. But if it's a completion, it's a completion in college. NFL, I think my analysis gets much more not harsh, but realistic about the quarterbacks. College, it's a little more leeway. Jet sweep, good block.
Man, they love these sweeps.
Yeah. Maybe if they can get the edge all game, get the edge all game. That is not a. It's the same thing if you have the ability to work it inside the tackles every single play. You do it like Michigan did it.
Yeah, but they've run like 3 jet sweep oriented runs. Like I feel like that at a certain point that does kind of get a little bit redundant. That the defense is going to start. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to set something up. Maybe they're trying to open something else up. Man, they got down to the 40 quickly. Didn't feel like it was that quick.
It's a fun first quarter. I'm happy that we're seeing some good offenses going. All right, yeah. Dump it.
Good. Dude, you got to hang on to that, man. That was at least a 7-yard gain that he just passed up on.
Yeah, tough drop, Cam
Davis.
Davis.
That's a good. That's a little bit of a knuckleballer, dude. You are wide.
No, it's right in it hit him in the chest. It's raining. I get it. That's a catch you need.
That's a good throw on the run in the rain. Man, that might completely derail their drive.
I hate seeing a 2nd and 10. Give me anything but 2nd and 10.
Yep. Looks like about a 3-yard gain by Williams.
Held up. There's the kid.
That is the biggest neck roll.
I mean, honest
it
to
is
God.
2024, brother.
Is that a ridiculous shoulder pad and neck pad setup?
He doesn't even look comfortable, which is kind of an oxymoron for a linebacker that clearly can't move further than 5 yards at a time. God, talk about a throwback. Man,
he's just jumping the A-gap. Why not? Look at that.
Uh-oh, what is this? Give me a hold. Are they going to call him? Oh, no. Oh, man.
Right, send him back. Florida State, wow. Come on.
Completely derailing this drive. Lots of mistakes on this drive.
Efford with his pads on looks like an anime character without pads and their regular build with the big neck and shoulders. It's crazy.
What's the holdup?
Yeah, I don't know. The refs need some time on the first game of the year.
Oh, they declined it. Huh.
Was it 4th down?
Yeah, maybe they're kind of hoping that they
try field goal.
No, that they go for it on 4th. They're not in field goal range, and it's also raining. So I'd highly would doubt that they're going to try and go for this. Or sorry, that they're going to try to kick a field goal. I think they're just framing it as because if they punt it and pin him deep.
They're on the 30. They're on the 32.
I understand the logic of that because if you accept the penalty and it's 4th and like 14, you're giving them more space to punt. And now in this situation, you get the ball at like the 30, potentially the 35 if they throw here and they don't get it.
Would have been a 50.
Oh, you got him right there to Foley.
Good tackle.
Short.
Goodness gracious, Florida State.
Good tackle.
I know. First quarter, week 0. It can't just be score. But, God, that stinks. All right, let's get a pick 6, fumble, turnover, punt. Anything but another score from Georgia Tech. Anything but. Collins Betts looking great. His 3-leg parlay right now is looking fantastic.
It's not a 3-leg parlay.
It
is a strange circling of just random bets. All right, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I'm going to run to the bathroom.
Okay, well, this will be Joe's secret time.
You better not do that.
It's not good. I'm not telling him deep, dark secrets.
You better not do that.
All right. As I told Joseph, whenever he leaves the stream, I will give you some more insight into the freak weirdo that he is. First secret that I'll unveil, he travels deep into the heart of New York City for his haircuts every time he gets one, puts himself way out of the way, leaves New Jersey, where he's initially from, just to go to one specific barbershop and one specific barber. And I know that everyone has their barber relationships, and everyone likes going to the same person because of the consistency. You build the relationship. But it's such an inconvenience, in my opinion, seeing the trials that he has to go through, getting on trains, getting on a subway, getting dropped off. It is a deep 90-minute excursion to get his hair cut by this one gentleman who I've met, and he's nice. He seems like he'd be a fine barber. I think he'd cut me up just fine. But it's a disaster, and he has to wake up at 7:30 in the morning to try to make an 8 a.m. train to get a haircut. Whereas the normal person would find a barbershop within 40 minutes of where they live. That's optimal, I'd say. That's not too far of a reach. But a 90-minute travel to and fro, burning 3 hours of travel is really rough. What are you talking? Oh, you're back?
It's not 90 minutes. And look,
what happened?
I'm sorry that you don't have an understanding of the barbershop experience. Anyone who's got a good barber that they like knows that it's not just going to get their haircut. I know that you're in and out and you don't like talking to people who work at barbershops.
I am in and out, but I did find my guy here in Jersey, Raphael, who I will be going back to.
You just don't get it. It is anyone who has a good barber enjoys the hangout experience and interacting. And also, it's an hour. We live across the street from the not across the street, across the water from the city. It took me 55 minutes to get there. So okay, this weird crypto bit that you've started is now extremely problematic.
I don't know if he gives him crypto advice, Colin. I think it's more life advice. As the whole DeLeone family admires.
It's just general normal, and you met him. Luis is awesome.
I said I liked him very much. I think he could.
You walked into the first barber shop that you went to in Hoboken, and that haircut was a 5 out of 10 that you got.
Oh, nice. You don't even look like you had your haircut today. It looks like
that's the purpose of a good haircut.
Oh my God!
I don't need to take that much off. I just need a cleanup.
That poupon hair, that stinks.
Yeah. Get the same haircut that every white guy gets in 2024.
I'd rather have that than Lego hair.
It's not Lego hair. It's definitely not Lego hair.
Looks like Lego hair.
You've got a square top of your head.
No, it's square and... you know what? Now we're head shaming. Yeah, I got a weird shaped head. It's always been weird.
Telling me I got a Lego head.
I was a sophomore in high school trying to get my helmet fitted, and Coach Jackson said, boy, you got a weird shaped head. I don't know to put you in a medium, a large, or an extra large. And I just, whatever fits, Coach. And since then, it's been a bit of a trauma situation. It's pointy, it's large, it's square.
None of those things make any sense together. Oh, wow. Linebackers came to play on that first snap of the second drive for Georgia Tech. Yeah, Efford doesn't need a neck roll. Or not, what is this kid's name? Nicholson does not need the Efford neck roll. Oh, he came downhill hard.
Finally, they woke up a little bit. I'll take it.
Cross the face of the tight end. That was probably the first negative play that we've seen in this game.
Yeah. Aside from the holding, that is the first play that didn't go for, Jesus, lost 6. All right, let's go.
Anyone poo-pooing the under, this is where the defenses show up.
Yeah, swarm tackle, like
The
it.
nerves
All right, now they're awake.
Are out of their system.
Now Florida State is ready to roll. Look at a 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16 still didn't get a yard. Okay.
And this is a circumstance where if you're Florida State, you can't give this up. Like that would be incredibly demoralizing where you had 2 fantastic plays in the first 2 downs. Not good plays, like fantastic plays. And this is how you give it up, is that Haynes King's dancing his way through everything, but their strong ability to corral everybody, or to corral him rather by everybody.
They did not want him throwing that rock. They wanted him to just take it, put it in the middle of the field so they could punt.
I think that was a design. It was either a design draw, or part of me wonders if it was like a, hey, just a quick look and go, and hope that they're so aggressively playing the sticks. I'm really watching these operations, these special teams operations. All right, that's a weird comment by Colin. I am not. Yeah. Ooh, that is a shit punt. That was a dog-ass punt. Got a little bit of a bounce, but that was a bad punt. Dude, take the glove off. It is raining. You are the punter. Take the glove off.
What is that?
How much you want to bet he's Australian? How much you want to bet he's Australian and he's wearing that glove?
What's the glove bit? I'm unaware of the punter glove bit.
Anytime that I've worked with a punter who has worn the glove, it's because they have extreme anxiety about dropping the football. I can 9 times out of 10 spot a guy who is extremely worried about his hands if he's wearing a glove. Garrow didn't wear a glove. Ollie didn't wear a glove. Perry didn't wear a glove. Davey Sean Bartucci, I believe, wore a glove. Anytime that I snapped to somebody who had bad hands, they were wearing a glove because it's just like Kenny Pickett, where he's wearing the double glove, goofy setup. It's unnecessary, but it's a weird tick that you go to. Good pass to the tight end.
Working the tight ends and running backs, man. They are doing some This is like Patriots offense. Just work the secondary pieces, and eventually the wide receivers are going to open up and start taking over.
Yeah, I don't. That punt is an indicator to me that he did not have a good grip on the ball, and I'd be willing to bet if we sat there and watched the replay, he probably didn't rotate it properly because he's wearing a glove and it is wet out. You might have caught the snap, but does not mean that you had a proper hold on the snap. I'm telling you right now, there is going to be a bad operation play in this game. There's going to be a bad snap on a PAT or a field goal. There's going to be a drop snap on a punt. Something is going to happen.
TFL for Georgia Tech. I like seeing Florida State running from some under center also. Yeah. It's not just all pistol. It's not all shotgun.
I can't remember them doing that much last year.
Mixing up the looks. I like it.
Oh, Georgia Tech's punter he's from Ireland? That's interesting. Ooh, Roy Delgado. Man, that was one of those ankle twister tackles.
Those are always
dick move.
No, it's clearing up. All right, no more rain, it looks like.
Oh, maybe my whole spiel that I just had on.
Well, for a little bit it mattered.
End of the first quarter.
First quarter. All right, 8-7.
8-7. Good first quarter. That was a fun first quarter.
Oh, these games do go quicker because the clock rules, right? The player safety clock rules, the cockamamie ones where it doesn't stop for the third downs, I think. Third down conversion. What is the... it's minutia. Who cares? The games are moving faster.
Yeah. No, that was a very quick first quarter, and that was kind of what I was saying to you, that these games do push a lot quicker. There's a lot less on-field action. There's just so much ad space, which sucks, which we're never going to miss that. Never going to avoid that. Sure, I'm going to get up one more second. I forgot I was going to make myself a coffee before this.
Okay.
I'm going to make myself a coffee. You share any more shit?
Make yourself a coffee, then.
I can hear you from over here.
I'm certain you'd be able to hear me. All right, another share time for Joe DeLeone. He, in his room... He sits on a camping/beach chair. I'm sorry, are you trying to talk from the other room right now, making your coffee? I thought this was secret time with Sean. Thank you. Yeah, he sits on this tragic Virginia Tech lawn chair in front of the biggest TV I've ever seen. It is, yeah, Colin, he's leaving again. It's ridiculous. World's smallest bladder and world's thirstiest lad. What are you doing? Get out of my frame. God. Yeah, no, this chair is horrific. I got a pretty horrific chair for the studio. It's just a church chair, but I also have an office chair in my room, which has, good support. It's comfortable. I can sit in it. This boob sits in this plastic, awful chair with weak, flimsy armrests and yells at his TV for hours. That's his process. It's he really doesn't love himself, I don't think. He doesn't really care about some of the little amenities in his life, which is crazy for someone as high-strung as he is. But yeah, sitting on a barnyard awful chair at least a little bit every day. And he bragged about this couch and the living room furniture. He's never on it. He's never sitting on it. Oh, why is it in such good condition? Oh, it's never getting sat on. Because I'm not going to sit on it and make him start getting mad at me, because I'm not going to have to buy this couch for wear and tear, which I will do. But he doesn't even use the shit, which is it bonkers to me. He sits in awful, terrible camping chairs. I don't even like his chair in the studio. Fake leather, weak armrests. Yeah, he doesn't care about sitting. As someone who loves sitting and is passionate about it, sitting, laying, it makes me think of a bum watching his cardboard box TV. Similar to that. I was surprised that, Colin, when he got his massive 65-inch TV, that he wasn't just playing around with the box like a cat or a dog would, or a young child. Like, I could have seen him having fun with that cardboard box and it entertaining him for 20 to 30 minutes. He's a dunce, and he's easily entertained. God. Can we get to the second quarter?
Long-ass commercial break.
Yeah, I know. Finally fucking back.
You miss me?
Would you get out from behind me, please?
We got probably another. Oh, geez, the camera's already gonna die. Give me. Fuck. Just a hilarity of mishaps.
All right, well, you got 62 minutes out of the first run on the battery. Well, I'm sure it has some type of accessibility for it to get plugged in.
It does, but I have no idea what to look for.
The rattling noise. Yeah. No, Colin, he's doing good today. He's not a mess. He got a haircut. He's got his coffee in him. He's got 5 beverages in front of him. He's not a mess. These are just the standard tech operations that we work with.
Yeah, nobody gets to see me pre-show. This is what I am.
I'll say, this is one of the least messy days I've seen from the kid.
It'll be a really messy day if I spill my coffee everywhere, which is a common occurrence.
I was certain I was going to have a pint of coffee, hot coffee on the back of my neck when you were trying to walk.
I kind of wish that I did that. That would have been made for a hilarious clip. Man, this is a brutal third down and 15. Oh, wow. He took his head off.
52.
Shit. Oh, yeah, that's getting called.
Inside.
That's getting called 10 times out of 10. 11 times out of 10. Why would you swing at his head to tackle him?
He ducked down. This is the quarterback ducking down into the arms. Is nonsense. Watch the play.
You don't tackle somebody up on their shoulders like that, even if he didn't duck down. No, you don't tackle like that. There was no reason for him to... Oh, no, it's a face mask anyways. Forget the duck down. It's a face mask anyways.
52. Beat on the inside.
Tackle him lower.
Now look at that. He ducked down. If he had
Tackle him
stayed up
lower.
and taken the hit, there would have
tackle
been
him
no
lower.
face mask.
No, tackle him lower.
He was tackling him at an appropriate level, and then you can't tackle him that lower because there's protection on the knees and the ankles and the shins.
He tackled him at the top
When he was
of his shoulder
standing,
pad.
he was tackling him at his torso at an appropriate level, but the quarterback ducked down to preserve the hit is infuriating.
The only reason why he pulled him down was because he grabbed his face mask. There was no shot. There might be a hold on this play.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. I'm a big Roy Dale Williams fan. He's not going to be a big draft pick, but this dude runs behind his goddamn pads, and he runs with great vision. I didn't watch him summer scouting for running backs, and I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to him.
Georgia Tech, if they want to stay in this game, they cannot keep arm tackling. It will kill them. They're not stronger than Florida State's backs. Their defensive backs just aren't. Yeah. The face says it all.
I'm surprised by the just general lack of shots taken by Florida State. I really think that that's certainly an indicator of the faith that they have in DJU, but I don't think that they don't have faith in him. I think they understand that he is not capable of like really taking the top off of the defense. He never even really had that in his bag when he was at Clemson. But I think that their receiver room is super depleted. The amount of touches we've seen from tight ends and from receivers in this, or from running backs rather, in this game is a pretty blatant eye-opener on that.
He's just managing right now, which I don't mind. If he manages all year, Florida State will be better than I expected.
That's what I have said a ton this offseason.
They will be better than my prediction if he can just run the offense, not try to be a superstar.
I'd love to know what led to... Run. Man, Williams is just... Oh, that's not Roy Dell Williams. It's Holmes. I would love to know... Is it a DJU mistake? Oh, there's Blake.
Good to
There's Blake. I was waiting for him to come in here. It took him an hour and 5 minutes. I don't think he knew we were live. He's always slightly late to me doing things. Like when the fantasy thing blew up when it did, he was like 4 hours late, and then he texted me. He was like, "How did I not see this?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. That's a
oh wow. No, he does. So bad.
That was a bad play call.
Quarterback run 3rd and 2. Don't love it. Don't love that you're taking the ball out. Oh, don't like that. That feels like a J.J. McCarthy play call.
It was like a designed... Man, oh man. I think Blake hates DJU more than he hates anybody, and I'm trying to think who he is Blake's Tyler Van Dyke. He is Blake's Tyler Van Dyke.
So he secretly loves DJU.
I don't secretly love Tyler Van Dyke. The visceral reaction that I received from Miami fans for being so brutally honest about the kid and then being proven right was so goddamn infuriating. They were on my ass. And it was kind of deserved because I criticized him, and then he had the best game of his life against Texas A&M. But my predictions still stood and then came to fruition weeks later. Good field goal by this kicker for Florida State. 11-7 is the most ugly score I have ever seen in my life.
That's one, by the way, on the tally board. Michael, if you are keeping track, one Tyler Van Dyke mention in the first half.
Jesus Christ.
Aer Lingus sponsoring this game? Don't mind it. Have I flown Aer Lingus? I have. I think Aer Lingus treated me pretty good.
When were you flying Aer Lingus?
I was flying around I think in Europe I was on an Aer Lingus flight. I was on the Spirit Airlines of Ryanair is the Spirit Airlines of European air travel.
Oh, is it really?
It was one of the worst flights I've been in. I mean,
why is it the same way where you don't have an assigned seat and you got to kind of like sprint?
You have an assigned seat, but the seats for me, any airline seat, like United has good airline seats for me. It's fine. They're big enough. Southwest, same deal. But the cheaper flights, the seats are much, much smaller, which is crazy because the proportion of people that are buying the cheaper flights are typically overweight because they're eating things that I eat. So on this cheapo flight,
you're just getting onto a plane where it's just all Sean Andersons.
No.
Mini Sean Andersons.
These were a bunch of
all Sean Andersons.
Ibiza partiers. We were going from Ibiza to Berlin. And we were on this flight, just destroyed, feeling like death. And And there's people like trying to take shots in the aisle and trying to
Oh
party
my
on the plane.
God.
And I'm sitting here.
Oh my God.
And I'm like in the world's smallest phone booth, just trying to stay alive on this tin can in the air. One of the scariest flights I've been on.
I will never. Spirit Airlines you should have described it as that immediately. That is what Spirit Airlines is. You get on and it is the drunkest group of people from the airport that got onto the plane. It is the drunkest group of people that you could have congregated and put onto one metal tube to fly through the air. And they're all incredibly loud and just, it's a party in the air, which is, I guess, if you're looking for that kind of company, go for it. It makes some sense. I could never get on one of those planes.
I always go back to that Canadian group that basically hijacked the plane with their party, and they all got put on the no-fly list. Like, that's the worst.
Really?
That's the worst flight scenario for me. That, along with the musical flights, where you could tell everyone's going to a concert and they start breaking out of guitar.
Those are bad. Those are bad people. I can, like, if you get everybody's drunk together, you can kind of flip the switch and just go, you know what? All right, I am going to order. I'm just going to order some drinks and I'm going to enjoy this flight if everybody else is. Somebody breaks out a guitar and starts singing and there's a group singing fest happening on the plane. You are terrible people.
Yeah, it's not fun. You're trying to go viral on a plane. I don't try to go viral on a plane. It's never good. My condolences, Blake.
Blake, why are you on a 24-hour fast? Why are you putting yourself through that?
For week 0? You couldn't have done that from Tuesday to Thursday?
Yeah. God, that is a good schemed up play that they just showed against Syracuse. Although it's kind of really paints the picture of Haynes King that you got to pull the Syracuse highlights post Dino Babers firing. But look how good this guy is.
It's like seeing Dalvin Cook highlights from his rookie year. I'm still available, and some of the quarterbacks. Andrew Luck was still in the league then.
Yeah, I can't. Part of my problem with the Haynes King propaganda that happened this week, there were a lot of people that were going, he had a ton of touchdowns. And Blake was perfectly down the middle on this when we were talking about it on Rufino and Joe show, where he had pointed out he had a lot of touchdowns, but he had a lot of interceptions. We need the context of both things. But the Georgia Tech fans don't bring up the turnovers. And they just go, he had 40-plus total touchdowns this year. He had a really productive year. And it's like, who was it against? How many turnovers did he have against the big teams and the more difficult matchups that they had on the schedule? That really paints Haynes King. He is a dominant enough of an athlete to get past and kick the crap out of the back end of the ACC. And that's going to be Georgia Tech this year. But if you ask him to step up and take over a game, and maybe he does that today and he proves me wrong. It's still early on in this game.
If I knew Georgia Tech had a coach on staff named Buster Faulkner, I probably would have taken them to cover.
Oof, that is a terrible throw. Way behind him. What did Blake say? Because I want to feel the pain of watching DJ through. Blake, this is unhealthy. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a really bad throw by Haynes King. He had that guy on the sideline. If that corner wasn't playing like half decent coverage and was trailing him, that could have been an interception. Because he threw it like 2 yards behind him. I don't know why they're not just trying to get him involved more
running-wise
in the run game. I feel like he has had so few limited opportunities, and maybe
their backs are getting plus yards. I wouldn't, if I'm Georgia Tech right now, I'm not
maybe
starting
he's
a drive
hurt.
off
We
with
don't
a
know
pass.
about it. Maybe there's like some sort of injury that we don't know about that was why they brought in that one kid in the short yardage situation in the red zone, was that they don't want to aggravate something.
They could just
you can hide a lot of shit during fall camp if he had like an ankle rolled up on him or something. Good throw.
Fine completion. Terrible mechanics. I don't like you going on. Haynes King going on 1 foot there on the pass. Unnecessary. And I think that like Bo Nix-esque when you were talking about his preseason stuff in Denver. Hated that. Just stand in the pocket comfortably. You can make that pass with 2 feet on the ground.
Georgia Tech fans keep pulling this clip of Blake and I making fun of his throwing motion and almost trying to use it as a, like, look how wrong these guys were. His throwing technique and everything is still really poor. Like, it is really inconsistent. And they're getting way too much push on the line. This Haynes kid's running hard. Dude, I don't know what it is, but watching him try to hear in that helmet is uncomfortable.
How heavy is 77 on Georgia Tech? He rolled up on one of the Florida State D linemen. He looks about 340.
77 on Georgia Tech.
Yeah, one of the offensive linemen. He's got to be.
Yeah, they are pushing him around. That is one thing I stayed away from, and I was willing to provide appreciation to Brent Key coming into this game, was that their offensive line was going to come ready to play. Man,
another big run. Jeez.
They are getting no stops.
That was 27. That's good juice there. Chad Alexander, running back from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Yeah, these linemen
good
are
read.
so big. They have enormous backs.
70. I'll watch you, 77. What's your name? Keelan Rutledge. Yeah, I'll watch you this drive.
Greg Gatson, whose radio show I go on in Memphis every so often, quote tweeted me when I said 11-7 is an ugly score. He said we had a 4-0 first quarter score Thursday night in a high school game in Memphis.
Oh, there's a missed pass for a touchdown. Haynes King, that could have been a Georgia Tech lead over 10-ranked Florida State. He's listed at 310. I'm so sure.
Yeah, there's no way Buddy's 310.
No, he's built like Evan Lovell, and that's not a shot to Evan Lovell. But
how heavy was Evan Lovell?
Oh, I'm not going to air out Lovell, but there was some walking into camp early. I think he was above, well above 325.
Oof. Actually, that's not bad. I feel like a guard.
He was 6'2".
Lovell was a little taller than 6'2". Yeah, maybe he wasn't. See, okay, this is what they needed to do earlier on. Yeah. Get like an outside run keeper. Coach falling over, trying to run up to him. Jesus.
It's a hard tackle on King at the end. I don't mind it, though. He's a quarterback. He's deciding to run. Tackle him like anybody else.
Yeah.
It's the edge. A little quirked up. That's good. All right. Now I'm going to,
Supposedly, he is a 4-3 guy. That's was always the Haynes King.
What?
Yeah, he has been. That was his whole thing going into the year he was supposed to start for Texas A&M. Everybody kept bringing up that he is supposed to be an unreal athlete. Maybe it's a 4.4 speed. I forget. It's 4.3, 4.4. That he was supposed to be like one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country. And then he just didn't live up to any of the expectations at Texas A&M.
High school coaches should just be...
do you think that's just... good spin. Yeah, good spin.
Staying up. Neither of these teams are really doing the form tackling. They're swarming fine, and you're getting a lot of defensive players to the ball.
Yeah, Blake's right. He was the second fastest player in Texas in the 100, which is like you're probably going up against in Texas. You're probably going up against some receivers, some DBs.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Keep running the rock, Georgia Tech. Unbelievable. That is fucking shot. So cooked.
Yeah, they need to, their offensive success, it took them way too long to figure this out, but their offensive success is contingent on just keep getting him the football. Although he looks like something has to be off with him.
He's a little hobbly, just a bit.
Something has to be off with him.
He's holding his lower abdomen. You think it could be a bowel situation?
He's saying that, does he need to poop?
Yeah.
Great analysis, Anderson. Great analysis.
I'm trying to. Oh, I'm sorry. What's your?
Not that he needs to take a shit and it's causing him to hobble.
Well, he's not getting pulled out. Just saying, he gave a little.
He's the starting quarterback. Even if he's a little hobbled, he's going to stay into the game. DJU, man, 9 for 10. Holy shit! But not averaging 7.8 yards per attempt. Ugh.
That's a lot of red in that stadium. It's a lot of Florida State red.
Why isn't this updated? I just realized the scoreboard's not out. So yeah, I have to like keep my fucking.
Another run with him, getting a good.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, go Bear front, Florida State. You're on the 4. God, let me see it. or else you're just going to keep getting scored on.
Poop games are the worst. I don't know what that. You're saying games you have to poop in? Those are the worst? I don't understand what that analysis is right there. Have you? I have had a number of games where I've had to pee really bad. Those are brutal.
I peed my pants in the outfield in Little League one time and got away with it. I think that was the last time I had any real incidents. I always made sure I was primed and ready to go. It was Little League. I think like
that impatient.
I had to piss, man. I was down in the big Gatorades all day.
These FSU defensive tackles are getting worked. Absolutely worked.
I got to start throwing some respect on Georgia Tech this year. This is an impressive half of football from them. Genuinely impressive. They're going to score. God, he is locked in.
Hey, you made fun of him for his outfit.
I mean, the hoodie is terrible. I'm a fan of coaches in suits, personally. That is
coaches in suits.
I wanted to see more. Remember when Todd Haley did that and he got completely lambasted?
I don't remember that.
He was coaching the Chiefs. In one game, he coached in a suit, and it was like a worse reception than the Obama Tam suit. Like, it was just ridiculous. Okay, thanks, Blake.
Sean, log off. I'm trying to think who would wear a suit that would be really funny.
Like Saban could have pulled off a suit when he was coaching.
Yeah,
he could have pulled off a suit.
That one's too low-hanging fruit.
I think
Brent Key in a suit would be hilarious.
Fleck could pull off a suit. I think he has the juice around him. If he decided this year I'm wearing suits on the sideline, I don't think anybody would bat an eye.
And he's
my fell through. Goodness, good push, Haynes King. Good effort. Oh my God, he is hurting.
Wait, why was he hobbling?
Nah, he just looked like he was in pain on the goal line. I think he does have to shit.
Insane analysis. Yeah, look how much time that they just took off. Too, by the way.
Yeah, just wound down the whole quarter. Keep the ball on our side. Not letting Florida State get a chance with their athletes to carve us up.
Seems like they've been having camera issues this game.
They were late to a couple plays.
All right, Florida State has to score on this drive. They can't.
Look, the fella's in the truck. It's week 0 for them too.
That's an excuse.
I wouldn't.
That's an excuse. Fella's in the truck. It's a game week 0 for them too. Come on, man.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the yellow line jumping up and down a little bit.
What do you mean?
Like, you know,
like the first down marker is going to be off.
Yeah, like NFL Week 1 last year was tragic. There were so many glitches with their graphic systems. Get in there, Haynes. Yeah, push him in. Push him in. That's effort. That's just effort. Love that drive. Just from the old school football standpoint. Love that.
Yeah, need to score on this drive. Can't kick a field goal. No field goal. You know what's ridiculous to now realize? They can kick a field goal and the game is going to be 14-14. I don't know why, but that is unsettling to realize that the game is going to go back to a normal score.
This game shouldn't be close. It shouldn't be. They're just getting bullied on the lines.
Yeah, I wonder how long this lasts. I wonder if this is something that goes all the way until the end of the game, or if they're going to eventually figure out how to stand up and stop them. Wasn't there turnover at their defensive coordinator spot? Why am I...
For FSU?
Yeah, why am I misremembering that? No, Adam Fuller's still been there. Why did I think that he's the fifth year there? I don't know why. I'm thinking of a different program. Yeah, Florida State can't mess around here going down at halftime because that is not a panic situation, but a stressful one. Simple fact that Georgia Tech is 98 rushing. Yeah, that's insane. That is extremely problematic because that is, well, first of all, not a matchup that you're supposed to be getting beat up in the interior of your defensive line. Yeah, 101. Is that what that says?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Wait, rushing yards. Yeah, 101. The fact that there is that much disparity is extremely problematic. You should be setting them up to have to throw the ball. We watched Haynes King have plenty of issues trying to connect. He completely overshot on that deep ball. He had an easy connection near the sideline on that drive, and he completely misfired. Yeah,
there were times to get off the field for Florida State.
Why is there only stats for Florida State on here?
I don't know. Georgia Tech didn't pay their SEO fees.
I guess not.
God. This is getting.
They need to do a much better job of. Like we need a splash play. Florida State needs a huge chunk play, and I don't know if it's something like a drag that's taken across the field and picked up for 24. I just don't trust him to take a shot.
They got to take the top off. They need to try to take the top off. That's the only way, because we've seen the jet sweeps and they've gotten 6 to 8 yards. That's good. That's good. And if you want to stick with that, stick with it. But if you're going to try to, but that's the warning now. Don't give up the deep ball going into half. Let's try to bend, not break, hold them to a field goal. That has to be the message. 3:13 left in the half.
The hilarious thing is this is exactly how I play in NCAA. The way that Florida State's struggling right now, where I run the ball, and most of my passes are like drag routes over the middle and just short, quick 5-yard routes. But eventually I do try to, after everybody's pressed down, try to take a shot over the top. I don't know if that's something that they're cooking up and waiting for. I don't even know which receiver they necessarily would try to attack.
He's on one today, man.
DJ, you pick drive incoming. Jeez, I swear to God. Like, if that happens, I might have an aneurysm. I do not want to face those Georgia Tech fans. I do not want to face them tomorrow.
No, they're not pressing. Don't press yet. 1st and 10.
Arch Manning transferred to LSU in my dynasty last night. Of course he did, Blake. How much did you pay him to do that? How much did you also, for one of the biggest critics of Arch Manning, suddenly you're excited that he's at LSU now in your dynasty?
Wait, Blake doesn't like Arch?
It's not that he doesn't like Arch, but he tends to lean negatively when we talk about him. So, like, I've brought up a number of times, and I've brought up this offseason, that if something goes wrong with Quinn Ewers, God, that was a bad play. If something goes wrong with Quinn Ewers, I at least trust that he has you're saying Heisman winner? Are you kidding me? I at least trust that Arch is one of the better backups in college football, which is hard to have. It's just hard to have a really good backup quarterback, especially with the transfer portal these days. Blake's not totally buying that, because he's a Louisiana high school recruit. He's seen him play before. He's got much more exposure to him than we do.
I like that Texas hasn't forced the issue. They said, all right, it's Quinn's team. It's going to stay Quinn's team if he stays. Mm-hmm. Like that signifies faith in Ewers and faith in the program.
Oh, my God. That was one of the luckiest hits.
He was going to slide short of the sticks, and it was going to be the end of the drive. God, he got tackled forward. They don't trust him to throw the ball deep. They can't.
He is one of the most stressful players.
Oh, we're saving the playbook. We're saving the playbook.
That is not. This is not the game to save the playbook.
You're down to Georgia Tech.
Every time he drops back, he is so stressful to watch.
They sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They sent 6 there. Someone's open. Maybe the middle lane was open. That's all he needed. I do like that during the game streams, we don't have to suffer and sit through the commercials. That's nice.
We don't need to listen to them?
We don't have
we
to
can just
listen
sit
to
here
them.
and talk?
Yeah, that's nice. Can't stand it. I had one of my dad's buddies he rigged up his Verizon box, I guess, where every time that the programming went to commercial, it went to an auto mute. So he just went years and years and years without ever having to hear a commercial. I thought it was the most innovative thing I've ever seen.
Is this person like an engineer?
No. I've worked for this person. I don't know what setting that was or what box
I don't
he
even
had
know how you
clipped into it.
Set that up.
But it was genius. And
did he do it or did he buy something?
I don't know. I was 13 at the time, and I didn't have the wherewithal to ask him how he did it. But it was fantastic.
I'm surprised that YouTube TV or one of these other streaming platforms hasn't pitched a higher paid option. And it could be like the brain rot option, where instead of paying for ads, it plays silly little videos in between.
Oh, like bar videos where you cats falling down at people?
Yeah. It's just like really loud, chaotic music. It's just like people falling off trampolines and stuff. Fat people getting stuck in slides.
Oh, yeah.
Did we just invent something?
Here, we didn't invent the clip show because the clip show has been around forever.
No.
But subbing in a clip show instead of commercials.
The clip show has slowly died, and it was one of the greatest. It was one of the greater ideas in entertainment, and it's died out because of TikTok and how much people have already seen the clips now, and it's more easily accessible. It just transferred to a different medium. I think that we could revitalize it by pitching. Who do we pitch this to?
I guess any company that's running with. We would have to start small, like during March Madness or something. With who is it? True TV that gets like the first round of March Madness games. Like that would have to be the rollout, and then we would have to soft roll. We can't be doing this on ABC, ESPN just to kick it off.
No. But you don't go to a broadcasting company to do this. You don't go to a network. You have to go to a cable provider. You have to go to a streaming provider. I guess you can't really call it a cable provider. So like YouTube.
So you want to pitch to Xfinity? Hey, here's our option.
Yeah, and like there's indicators within these streams of when it goes to ad breaks. So it would read that they're going to an ad break, and instead of playing the ads, it would play I don't know, somebody slipping on
the Boston Cop going down the slide, all that stuff. Like I think that would be great, but the cable companies don't dictate the commercials. It's the broadcast companies.
They dictate the commercials themselves. But look, as the experience that I had working at Believe, I had a lot of exposure to ad markers, and I forget there was like a weird word for them. There is like a trigger system that these platforms read, and then they know to play. They know that it's an ad break, and if they want to play local ads, it can fit in and place local ads within them. Okay. The networks, it would be too hard for them to sell something like that. God, great. We got a fucking bot in here. Probably one of the dumbest ideas that we just pitched, but there's a minute left and they are running the ball on 2nd and 4.
Dude, they are not looking sharp.
It's not that they're not looking sharp. It's insane that they don't trust DJU. This is a 2-minute drive situation. You have been repping this in camp. Georgia Tech doesn't know what you're going to run in the 2-minute drill. You're telling me they're going for a field goal in this situation. There's no way that you're going to score in the next 45 seconds with how shit. They're loading the box. Also, thanks for Christina for
that's just ridiculous.
Spoiling what was about to happen. Are we behind? I don't know. He looked like he was grabbing him.
The ball wasn't anywhere close.
That was a really shit throw, though.
It didn't look catchable.
You could.
And there's maybe a little bit in the chest. Where's the ball?
Yeah, no,
land? Look at where the ball lands.
Wait, no, he's in front of him, impeding his progress. You can't cover like that. It's 2024. You can't step in front of him.
I didn't like that. Not enough grabbing, not enough pushing. He was running
There
alongside him.
There was plenty of pushing.
If that ball was like ahead of the receiver and not way to the left, I would have bought that.
Did you know there's a roadie guy on in Georgia Tech secondary?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was actually one of the higher rated corners in the transfer portal. Oh, there's a holding call coming. Wow, that was a terrible throw, but it's getting brought back for a hold. He was one of the higher rated
PI merchant it right now.
Yeah, he is one of the higher rated corners in the portal, but he's listed as like a third string corner right now. He's not even listed. It's Saeed Gibbs, I think is his name. Yeah, that was a stupid hold.
I'll find that right now.
Yeah, he grabbed the outside of his pad. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, the jersey's moved. Yeah, that's a hold. That couldn't have been more than a hold. 23 seconds. Penalties declined.
Yeah, Saeed Gibbs, you nailed it.
I have no idea if that kid was even good for Rhodey last year.
Attended Rhode Island from 2022 to 23. Named NCAA Division I FBS Freshman All-America in 2023. Jerry Rice Award Watch List, FBS Freshman of the Year. Appeared in 10 games. He had 52 tackles last year.
As a corner?
He listed as a linebacker.
Saeed Gibbs was?
I guess last year.
Call timeout. What are we doing here?
Am I tripping?
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't.
He's a corner. Yeah.
Why was he listed as a linebacker?
I don't know. I just can't read. I was simply.
Where did you get linebacker?
I don't know.
Oh, he took the penalty. There were 2 penalties called, I think, on that. God, that looks like an awesome view. I wish we had stadiums like that.
The stadium's sick. The town right by the stadium is sick. The closest we have is Lambeau, and it's.
Oh my God, these fucking bots. I guess that's kind of expected that we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just flooding the comments. Idiots. It's a weird drive, man. I think that they're probably there's no way that they get a touchdown on this drive.
What did they change in the second half? I don't know. We still got a little more time, but what do you change in the second half for Florida State?
You have to take some shots. Let's wait to talk about that at halftime. But that first drive was fantastic that you had, but it's extremely disappointing that there was no God, man, DJU is getting cooked right now.
Yeah. Well, Ryan defended him when I was talking about DJU not being a 10-win quarterback for this team this season, but I guess I was just a madman. I'm certain. I guess it was just me, Ryan.
What? What are you laughing at?
So I posted the link under the Simpsons tweets.
Oh, no.
It's got 1 like and 1 response. The 1 response, "Get the fuck out of here, you degenerate gambler."
What?
I don't know who this dude is.
Respond to him. Tell me eat shit. What a dick. It's your tweet. You have the right to comment on it if you want to.
What is this? I don't even know if he
just say, screw you. It's my tweet. What an ass. No one talked about Alex. Is Alex Atkins not there? Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Oh, I need to delete that tweet. Oof. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for pointing that out, Blake. That is hilarious.
Oof. It's a damnation on Norvell then. If Norvell's calling plays.
Yeah, he's not really historically a play caller.
No, that's rough.
I'm
running the ship this week. It's all running through me. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Another former FCSer, by the way, that is now a head coach. He was a long snapper. He was a receiver and long snapper at UCA, I believe.
Did you see the
wait, so his background was, man, he has a weird career trajectory because he was he moved up quick. He went from Tulsa, GA to wide receiver coach at Tulsa to co-OC wide receiver coach at Pitt to OC quarterback coach at Arizona. And then within 2 years, he was the associate head coach and OC at Arizona State. And then he got the Memphis job where they were phenomenal for 3 years. And that set up, God, man, that is actually quite a risky hire for Florida State to put that much into a guy who's only been a head coach for 3 years and is on the younger side.
Did Memphis have a really good running back between 2016 and 19?
They had
I feel like
Tony Pollard, and I'm going to look up in a quick second after this play.
Was Gibson after him?
Dude, these receivers, I'm actually starting to think that this is more of a receiver issue than it is a DJU issue. Oh my God, these bots. What year was Tony Pollard? Who's the kid?
Antonio Gibson was there.
Antonio Gibson, and there was one more kid who's on the Eagles, and I'm blanking on his name.
Boston Scott?
Tony Pollard was there. No, not Boston Scott. Yeah, Tony Pollard was there. You gotta
they're just running it out. They're conceding. Yeah.
That's pathetic.
And he stays in bounds, and the half.
That's pathetic.
Golly, going down to Georgia
Kenneth
Tech.
Gainwell.
Oh, gosh. They did have some backs. Goodness gracious, Florida State. I would not want to be in that locker room. I would not want to. We've been in some locker rooms at half where we knew second half it was going to be tough to crawl out of that hole we put ourselves in. In a game where did they take a timeout? Long field. This is just sloppy. This is sloppy top to bottom.
Ayo.
Okay.
Pause.
Why raise the bar a little bit? You know.
Well, according to some idiot on Twitter, you're a degenerate. That guy has no idea who you are.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe he hopped in while we were talking bets.
I don't know.
Maybe win a bet in your life and then start talking to me.
Yeah.
You haven't won anything.
I always forget because our conversations, our friends are all sports fans, and our interactions with listeners are all sports fans. I always forget that non-sports fans look so heavily down, not only on people who like sports, but people who are really into sports betting.
Yeah, it's still kind of taboo, I guess, to the squares. And I'm not saying it's not hip to be square, but
Jesus Christ, hip to be square.
Maybe I'll watch that tonight. American Psycho.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't register for me. What's the name of the band that when he's doing the whole scene and he's explaining? Originally, the song was.
Yeah.
God, if there's ever just a life goal to be like that, man. He had everything, man. Good high paying job, big apartment, good sound system, lived on his own.
Was he explaining
Yes.
Huey Lewis?
Yeah. Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah, he had a girlfriend that was gacked out all day, every day. No way.
He hit that?
And he's doing the McGregor strut in Ireland. Florida State will lose this game. Florida State will lose. Their kicker just did the McGregor bit for a half where they tied at the last second. Tied Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech gets the ball back.
That's a little momentum, man. Your guy steps up to the plate. Georgia Tech gets the ball back
at half.
God, I love when kickers make big plays.
He just snuck it in, though. What a hell of a kick. Is he Irish? Is that what I'm... Irish fans
Someone said that the Georgia Tech punter is Irish. Maybe the Florida State kid is from Ireland? Yeah, we're not listening to the broadcast.
My name's Hayes King. I just dropped my dick all over this defense for the first half.
3 for 5 for 53 yards.
I threw for 53 yards, and I'm ready to do it again.
Oh, my God.
He's going to end up with 200 net yards in this game. That is a tough showing.
I need to tweet something that's going to spark a little bit. I tweeted about DJU, and some people were popping in there to be like, yeah, he stinks. He's always stunk. But he's so pissed. God. That is wild to be tied in half with a quarterback who's 3 for 5. 3 completions. Wait, I wonder what number was that kicker?
88. I think he was Fitzpatrick or Fitzgerald, I believe.
Maybe this is an Irish fellow.
Let me see if I can sort my position.
No, I've got it. Wait. 88, Caden Fryer? Camden Fryer? Was it him?
Hold on, maybe.
Or no, 80. Oh, there's another 88, Ryan Fitzgerald.
I believe it was
No,
Ryan
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
He is from Georgia. But I believe the Georgia Tech punter, somebody said earlier, get out of here, bots. Jesus Christ. It's always concerning because I never.
Oh, yeah, David Shanahan, punter, Georgia Tech.
Yep. I always get worried when those bots come in and there's too many of them that I have no idea how YouTube treats it, but I feel like if you get too many of those that are pushing links, that they'll think that you're also trying to do it.
Castle Island, County Kerry, Ireland. Castle Island, County Kerry. St. Patrick's Secondary School. They do not deviate in Ireland. They do not deviate from what you would expect.
Hey, halftime question for everybody. Should I buy this sweatshirt? This is a sick sweatshirt. You think I should buy it? It's only $50. It's almost 30% off.
Are you gonna?
This is a sick sweatshirt.
Are you gonna pair it with your Giants Bills hat and you just have double on double matchup?
Well, I think the Fiesta Bowl hat would be even more toxic because it's like, hey man, I'm a big bowl game fan. I fucking love bowl games. I'll buy this shit right now.
You won't buy it right now, coward.
Well, I can't do it on stream because they're just gonna reveal my credit card information. God, I'm gonna buy it. Fuck it.
I'm happy for you. If you think that sweatshirt's gonna solve your problems the way that I've thought some clothes would solve my problems,
I don't know about you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know about you, but man, I look at my credit card bill sometimes when I wake up, and I'm like, why is it so high? And then I look at my credit card bill, it's like, oh yeah, I spent $100 on hats. Just nothing useful.
fan-sided apparel or whatever it is got the best of me this month.
Fan-sided
home
apparel?
field apparel.
Home field.
That's what I'm trying.
Did you buy home field apparel stuff, or
No,
you're just
I'm
saying
just
it?
playing as you. I'm playing the Joe DeLeone character.
God, if I get another one of these fucking coupon pop-ups that pop up on the screen,
I don't want fit. You know what? I'll say this. I don't need 10% off. If that means keeping the screen clear, I'll never take it. I don't care. I know that 10% off means actual money. I don't want to be on your email list. It's not worth it. You didn't want to spin the wheel?
I didn't want it. Well, no, because I already have an account with oh my God, these amount of pop-ups that I'm getting on this. What is there a? No, I don't want cash back. I want. What
are you trying to get to here?
Is it this one? No, because I've got like a really good thingamajig that finds
Oh yeah.
flies coupons for me. Look at this.
Is it reasonable?
Shut up. This is great halftime content. Who wants to watch or hear Joe buy something?
Yeah, with bad Fargo quotes.
God. Do I have any points on PaxSun, maybe? That'll make this thing a little bit cheaper.
See if they can knock something off the true code.
You stink.
He's fleeing the scene.
God, what are you just gonna keep going with this?
I might. Such a fantastic film.
It is a great movie.
You play the good Buscemi role also. Just funny looking.
Is that the only connection that you can make? Is I'm just funny looking?
Funny looking.
You're an asshole.
Well, be less funny looking. Get an adult haircut.
God, they overcharge for fucking shipping on this thing. Jesus Christ. Get off my screen. The amount of pop-ups.
Buying a sweater was not in any of the pre-live production meetings that we've had. And we've done some extensive meetings.
Yeah.
Either at the bars or in the house. What we want to cover, segments, topics, recap, preview, all of it. We've gone through that gambit. We've never gone through watch Joe buy a fucking
listen to Joe
sweater.
buy.
Listen to Joe buy. God.
Oh man, how many points do I have?
Fucking JVC. Oh, that's a good one. Off of QVC.
The stupid goddamn.
He doesn't know what QVC is. No. Why would he?
I need to.
Wait, that field goal is 59 yards.
That is insane that kid hit that.
Okay, I might take it all back. If he hit a 59-yarder to tie it at the half, Florida State may come out with some real good energy.
Right, I'm going to wait to buy this thing. This is becoming incredibly distracting. I'm going to run to the bathroom one more time, and then you're going to shave your...
Okay.
You're gonna shave. Maybe I should run one of those shopping channels. Maybe I should do that.
You did... that would be...
you know, there's like... there's like that one Asian girl who like... just throws things up on the screen.
Opens the box.
Yeah, just like this is one thing, this is one thing, this is one thing, this is one thing. It's just not, you're not even getting to see what the product is. Maybe I should do one of those.
I've seen how quickly you can get disoriented and how that affects you.
How quickly I can get disoriented.
I think you doing a quick reaction shopping channel would be.
You think I'm just gonna fall over? Or you think like I'm just gonna get overwhelmed?
Are you gonna go take your
Yeah, I'm gonna go pee. By the way, I wonder, could anyone hear me when I was pissing? Could you hear me through the wall?
I couldn't hear you through the wall. You're all good.
Everyone's going to get a look at my ass.
Go on. Move on through. I have another story time. Fun fact about Joe DeLeone, every time he leaves, I will tell a secret of his. And we were discussing this last night, actually. He is preferential. His preference of olive is blue cheese filled. He admitted that to me. He likes a blue cheese olive, not really in a martini, but just to munch on. And me, I'm an olive purist. I eat it with the pits in. He doesn't like having to chew around the pit. That's his deal. We had a huge argument. He tried to say, oh, I'm a big pit guy. I'm cool with the pit. I like the olives. I'm Italian. I eat olives all the time. Big bowls. I've seen him order big bowls of olives. He will eat them. But he requests them to have no pits, and if he has the blue cheese olive, which I think is a rather feminine way to eat an olive, personally, and that's not I'm not knocking anyone that prefers it except for Joe, because if he's claimed to be, Joey Olive, aside from being Joey Crypto, you can't necessarily be a guy that is treating the blue cheese stuffed olive as the best that the olive has to offer. He does use olive oil. That's fine. That doesn't really count, though. I'm talking heart of the can olive, open up the tin. You've never seen the brand. It's in a different language type of olive. That's what I go for. That's what I reach for. And I get criticized and lambasted by this fool who is now getting up for the third time during the live stream, 3 times. And he had the audacity to yell at me about the color of the olives that I enjoy compared to the color of the olives that he enjoys. I'm just telling him the secret that you like the blue cheese stuffed olive with no pit. That's what you like.
Never said this fucking.
I'm telling. Can I tell you? Can I do story time?
No, you yesterday were accusing me of not having the same breadth of exposure to olives and appreciation for olives. Absolutely not. I am an olive connoisseur. I don't want to hear that you think that you've had... You had the nerve to bring up that you had a religious experience with olives, which is the most insane thing to claim.
You weren't in that church, brother. You were not in that church.
Are you sure it was a church?
Certain it was a church.
Did you wake up in...
It was a church. They were speaking Serbian for 2 hours, and I was in an itchy sweater. Afterwards, I had an olive that made me see God. And you can't tell me that, because you don't eat olives with pits. You eat pre-plucked olives, the big ones stuffed to the brim with all the nonsense in the middle.
I do eat the olives with the pits. And also, a good stuffed olive is good, not the feta stuffed ones.
Oh, you don't like... Oh, I'm sure.
I know that you
just played your whole hand right there saying you don't like feta. The feta
no, I do like
olive.
I do like feta. Also, I know you ain't... the step further.
What ain't I doing?
The step further from the olive consumption pre-dinner at any Italian dinner or at any Italian household is also eating hot peppers, just raw hot peppers, cooked hot peppers, long hots. That is in the same line of that type of consumption. I know you ain't doing that. You're not doing that. You're just not. You definitely aren't. You don't have that club in your bag.
What, to just eat a pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. We weren't a big time pepper family in that instance.
Yeah,
When it
then
came
you're
to
not.
olives,
Then I don't trust your.
stuffed
I don't
grape
trust
leaves,
your.
Give me a break.
I don't trust your olive background.
You like the big lime colored olives. That's how I know you. You got no. You have
that
no
was where
juice
this whole
when
thing
it comes to
stemmed
talking
from.
olive.
You can't say that you're an olive appreciator and then say that. All right, you want to explain the beard thing?
Yeah, I'd love to. Football season started, and I wanted to grow a football beard because I loved growing a football beard last season. I felt like it was a fun bit for the show, and Joe and I last year did a beard bet where it would run from the beginning of the season to the New Year turnover. That would be January 1st, and whichever team that we bet on, if our team won, then we would have the option to be able to shave our beard, and if our team lost, then you would have to grow out the beard for the remainder of the year. That's how it worked. Last year, Joe had to grow out his beard after an extreme controversy with the spread in the Oregon-Washington game. We had to change it to a different game after the spread tied the next week. I believe it was Miami of Ohio versus Toledo.
Toledo.
Yep, I ended up winning that bet. I was thrilled. I could shave off the big beard. But now the football season is back around, I realized I kind of missed the big beard. And I believe that we would like to do it again.
Terrible. You looked absolutely terrible with that beard last year.
I'm not saying I looked good with the beard, but I kind of liked having it for the
football season.
football
Are you not shaving
season.
the neck? Is that, are you going to just go just straight, no touching?
We'll see. We still have to determine the game this year. I'm not going to make Joe take it down to the basics because he's already kind of trimmed. But for this season, and because we're doing a lot of things with each other, I felt it appropriate to take it down, bare level, mustache, beard, everything gone. This is a momentous occasion. My chin, this chin, has not been exposed well over 4 years.
You've got one of the. I've never really like stared at your beard. You've got a really patchy beard now that I see.
I
it.
know it's patchy as shit. It's bad. We're working to get a better beard. But to kick off the season in solidarity, I like the playoff beards that MLB teams do. To get closer to college football and football, I want to take it from the ground up, grow the full beard for the bet, and not start with a bit of an advantage walking around like it's not going to hurt for this bet. So, if you don't mind, I might as well take it down.
Let's watch. This is great content here.
All right, let me take these off.
Yeah, you need to wait. Lift up that garbage can. Put it right underneath you.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get hair everywhere.
All right, hold on.
I've never watched another man shave before, but this is a little startling because the way that you're doing it is not.
Well, I can't really see that good in my feed here.
Yeah, and it's also on a delay.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Yeah, you didn't think this through. Why are you shaving it like upside down?
This is how I shave. Are you gonna keep on watching?
Yeah, I'm gonna editorialize
exactly
you
how I
shaving.
shave?
It's very weird.
You stink. All right, I gotta set them up. Oh no. This is.
Imagine somebody clicking into this thinking that they're getting the live stream
Welcome to the
of the game.
No, there go. Yeah.
Of the game actually live, and it's just the guy with the biggest head possible is shaving his chin.
This is
groundbreaking content right
This
here.
is going to be a lot of face. It's going to be a lot of fat face today. Oh, my chin, my double. This is neck and chin.
I think you should keep the mustache. I did that last year when I shaved at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I kept the mustache, and I think I sent you the picture.
You did?
And I could not have been more appalled by the way that I looked. I thought I could have maybe pulled it off, but no, I looked so creepy.
You were actually pulling off the LA dirtbag look last year.
I had my beard when I was shaving and actually trimming my neck up a little bit. I had kind of figured out like a good way to I kind of had that, that dirt baggy scrungy beard.
You look like you may have actually gotten up on a surfboard at one point in your life last season.
I looked like the guy, and you said this, I looked like the guy that was a freshman in college that would be selling weed to the high schoolers. That was what I looked like. Because I had such a baby face still. That's not so much the case. My baby face is slowly fading quick, man. The aging is...
Well, I think stress is
coming in hot.
I look like a redneck. That is not good.
I think we should shave your head, too.
Well,
can I shave your head? Do I have permission to shave your head?
We would have to have a worthy enough bet. It would, maybe if we did
I actually think that would be
doing a shaved head because I know my hair is going to grow back. I am confident in my hairline.
Oh my god, these bots. Unless you're telling us to live stream somebody else shaving their beard, I don't want you in on my goddamn comments.
Yeah, that's
I have banned like 10 people.
Well, they're trying to jump in on the fun.
They're not people, they're bots. What if they're all just Colin?
Oh, I look like Farva from Super Troopers. This is unfortunate.
I think you should keep the mustache.
Okay, you know what? I'll keep it for at least the stream.
Hey everybody, my name's Sean Anderson. That's what the mustache vibe gives me.
Hold on, let me hear that.
You're like a music teacher. Hey everybody, welcome back to class. This is Sean Anderson. You can call me Mr. Anderson, but you can also call me Sean. That's what you look like with that mustache. Just like the quietest, weirdest dude. Or like the guy at the bar that doesn't talk that much but orders an IPA.
That's already me, brother, except as a natty.
I'll have the double IPA, please. You're a double IPA orderer? You're not an IPA guy. You're not one of those people.
I said with a natty.
Those
or
are
a
bad
Busch Light.
people.
I do like the bit that's been coming to fruition. The bartender reaction when I don't order a double triple hop IPA and request a Coors Light. I gotta go wash my hands off. God.
Absolutely disgusting. You better be ready to.
Mistake.
Why is it a mistake?
I can see my fat chin and neck.
God. Need this halftime to end. How's everybody's Saturday going? Not that anyone's actually active in the chat right now. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know what DJU and Florida State needs to do in the second half. I don't even know if they have the receivers, the weapons to even like really attack downfield, but they're bottled up right now. I will say, Samuel, great point. It is a good game. At the very least, I'm glad that it is closer than expected. Whoever ends up coming out on top of this, I'm just happy that it's a good football game. Because I think on paper, naturally, you look at it, and we said this when we started, it's easy to immediately assume that this was going to be a lopsided game. Georgia Tech playing Florida State. Florida State was undefeated last year in the regular season. They were really freaking good. I'm just glad that this game has been competitive. Is that kosher to be sitting there drinking Guinness during the broadcast? You just see that Tessitorin.
I like it. Why not? Have some fun. I agree for the fellas getting a buzz on during the game.
That's a good content idea.
What, drunk broadcasting?
Yeah. I don't know who you pitched that to. That's something that Barstool abandoned it, doing live broadcasts. I think if they had some nuts, they would have done a drunk broadcast. The insanity of what they were doing, which is why they kind of had to stop doing broadcasts, is that they kept actively rooting for bets during the broadcast.
That's tough if you're a fan of those schools and you're just trying to watch a game and you hear the main play-by-play color commentary.
Oh my God! Look at this!
Analyst.
Look at this!
Oh yeah!
That's awesome.
I like that. Camera. Oh, well, we'll see how the camera works.
Yeah, the camera guy wasn't ready because he's sitting there drinking a goddamn Guinness. They had to go to the low angle camera. God. Yeah, they're too busy dicking around.
It's a fine turtleneck for Katie George.
It's a weird comment.
I find myself.
Oh, you left the mustache on?
I did leave the mustache on. Might as well. We'll see how it goes.
You look like a cop.
I said I would.
look like
I
a
know.
cop.
I look like a cop that will pull you out. That will ticket you 10 times out of 10.
Thick shades? Do you have any thick sunglasses that you could put on?
I do. I might actually have some.
You look like you have a full arm sleeve.
Hold on.
But you don't. I know that you don't.
Let me see if I can get some cop shades.
Florida State's got to get a momentum stopping drive, and they already give up a 20, 30-yard rush on the first play. Holy crap. That is unbelievably abysmal. This defensive performance from Florida State is beyond pathetic.
Did they already get gutted?
Yeah, a 20-yard rush off the tackle. Did you put your cop sunglasses on? Oh, my God.
How's this?
Oh, my God.
I'll catch
I'm going to
you.
refrain from saying anything too inappropriate.
You better not go 3 over.
You know how fast you're going on that road? No, officer, how fast was I going? Too fast.
This is ridiculous.
You look like such a piece of shit.
This is a ridiculous first stream. Well, tell your friends for the watch-alongs all season long. We'll be here doing shticking bits. We didn't decide the game. I'm sure we'll do that this week on.
No, we're doing next week. We're doing.
No, I meant the game that we're betting on for the beard.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that needs to be.
We'll get that fleshed out
Ooh.
for an episode upcoming this week.
Oh man, they are crumpling on that tackle against Haynes King. I don't know, dude. Something has to be slightly off on him because he's been moving fine, but they haven't been giving him many touches until right now. Did they give him like a painkiller shot? The kumquat jumps in and says, I'm probably in the minority, but I agree with leaving FSU out of the playoffs last season. Weaker schedule and too many close games with bad teams. If they get in last season, so does Liberty. I don't know about the Liberty point. I just thought that they were better off not being in just from the competitiveness standpoint.
Yeah.
Oh, bad drop. You got to come down with that.
I align with the kumquat personally. I
don't align with the Liberty part, but I align with
the Florida State generally.
Yeah. You need to have the college football playoff is not it's not an entity that has to maintain certain rules in their decision-making process. It is an entertainment product that is producing an event that needs to produce the highest quality event in order to generate viewership. And you can't do that. You can't accomplish that with a team that's down to their third quarterback, which they probably would have had their backup back for the game. Oh, man, you can't miss that. I would say, and when you were standing up, I had said that you need a big momentum-building stop. The first play was brutal, but that is a momentum-building stop right there.
Yeah, and a lot of football teams will ride high on a missed field goal. Technically, it is a stop. You leave with no points. I always feel bad about it watching and saying, "Oh, okay." It feels like a DB doing the strap them down when the ball is overthrown.
Yeah, the swinging your arms, the X,
no fly zone.
Yeah,
when it was just an awful pass, I get that, but it counts. It counts. You ended a drive with no points on the board. Their kicker had an opportunity to miss his 59-yarder. He nailed it. I don't like a kicker with a huge leg sleeve.
Why did this Vanguard ad look like it was AI generated? Am I crazy?
Is this the one right now?
The beginning of it looked very AI generated. It's a weird take that I just had.
Well, I'm kind of over AI generated stuff. You have been on a kick lately.
And I have been sending a disturb. So what I like to do, and this is something that I will try to be more public about, but I need better quality from Grok, which is the AI product on Twitter. But sometimes when I'm like in the morning taking a dump, I will sit there and I will send in AI prompts to try to recreate Sean and I.
You said you were taking a dump, but we lost 3 viewers.
Hey man, they're not our target audience.
I guess not.
The prompt 9 times out of 10 is always extremely muscular guy with circular glasses and large obese man wearing Falcons gear, and it always produces like one good image, and I send it to Sean every single time. They're always disturbing. The most recent one that I sent you was actually like oddly sexual. Did you see the last one that I sent you?
I've seen every one, and I've hated every single one that you've sent me. I can't stand this bit that you do. I can't stand it. I hate that it's always me, clinically just
as obese
as possible, and then you shredded, jacked, like you've been bulking for 8 years. And dude, if you made yourself wiry with glasses, kind of in the Dahmer style, that'd be different.
All right.
But you making yourself a
hey,
mega
counter
giga
back.
chad.
Counter back.
I don't support AI imaging. I don't support it.
Is that doesn't cross your moral, or it crosses your moral?
You cross
high
my
ground?
moral high ground every single time you send one.
Can you explain? Can you elaborate?
I never think they look good. I think it's cheap.
Obviously,
and I think it's detrimental to artists. And also, I don't like in radio that there are AI DJs that transition from songs now.
One of my buddy's best bits that he does is that he goes and finds these threads on Twitter where artists are getting upset over the fact that people are romanticizing AI generated art. And he goes into the comments and he AI generates like gorillas lifting weights, gorillas driving monster trucks, and he goes and comments them and he on these threads, and they generate so many responses from these people. It is one of the funniest troll moves that I have ever seen, because it's just
despicable. That is despicable.
Such a dick thing to do. Oh man, that play was
DJ. You almost threw a pick to a D-Tech.
Oh my god.
D-Tech, DT.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that running back was covered, that was the play, or at least a similar concept to what they opened the game with. So Georgia Tech immediately read that. You can't be redundant in your play calling against a technical school that has high academic standards. You just can't.
What about with a beefy middle linebacker with a massive neck pad?
I bet you that kid has an internship with like IBM. I'd be willing to bet that kid has a job already lined up with EY. He probably has the tightest neck of his shirt sitting in class. He probably doesn't fit in his chair. Look how goddamn big that kid's ass is. Just look how big he is. Probably doesn't fit in his chair. Just about around some of the smallest, scrawniest kids in the state of Georgia. And he's probably the smartest kid in his class. He's no Justin Hogan. Oh, he's got 21. Oh!
Good catch.
No, he's out of bounds, though.
It's not an awful pass from DJU. All credit to him. He threw the back shoulder. Catch. That's fine. If he went out of bounds, he went out of bounds. That's tough. That's football. But delivered the ball in a rope. That's a positive throw. And if we're going to be negative and highlight the bad throws, I'll highlight the good ones.
He
toe tapped it.
No,
he might have been in,
I don't know. I don't know if his toe was down. I looked like there was a little bit of separation. Here, this is the better angle. The last angle was... Oh, that's a catch!
Got down, man.
That's a catch!
That's a catch. That's a great play.
Did they wave that off on this? They're reviewing it at least. Okay. Question from Sam. Appreciate the question, Sam. Thoughts on Jalen Milroe going into the season? I think he's going to have a big year. I have been a huge activist for Jalen Milroe, and I like to think that... I'm trying to think how I want to phrase this. I think my opinion on him is validated because I was super critical of him last year. And I'm now in on the hype train because of the situation that he's in. So I wasn't just riding some sort of Alabama buzz, some just national buzz. I think some people were propping him up last year at the end of the season when he was a little bit overhyped. But this situation that he has with Kalen DeBoer, I think is just so perfect for him. I keep coming back to that spring game, and I've mentioned it a million times on every guest spot that I've done. He looked so poised. I blame every issue that Jalen Milroe had last year on Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees had that kid's head spinning, and you could see it every single freaking time that he dropped back. That it was just gears turning, holding the ball too long, making really bad decisions with the football on a number of his throws. He looked reactive, fluid, decisive in the spring game. Kalen DeBoer turned Michael Penix into an unbelievable player, and it all came down to the decision making. It wasn't perfect, the improvement that he had, because he did have some rough decisions at times last year. But I think that to see the progression of Penix at Indiana, which had some of the same deficiencies, to Washington, makes me feel pretty good about Jalen Milroe. It looks like they got that first down. Your thoughts on Milroe, Sean?
Yeah, that is a big momentum play that Florida State needed. Tight play, close play, but a good one. Milroe was tough for me because at times last year I thought I saw his floor, and other times I thought I saw his
floor
ceiling.
is low. That's the problem. He's a boomer bust guy.
Yeah,
that's what gets tough.
He's
with Jalen
boomer
Milroe.
bust, and I think I'm going to see a lot of the same things this year that I did last year. Maybe more on the tail end last year where he started thriving. I think DeBoer is a coach.
Open it up, and is that on the ground? Jesus Christ, DJU! Jesus Christ!
Hit him in stride. Hit him in stride, please. I think DeBoer is a coach that gets the best out of his players, and he's smart enough to know what he should be running, what he should be doing, the calls that he should be making to have Jalen Milroe in the best position possible to have success. I am slow playing my Milroe hype. I'm slow playing my Milroe unhype, and think it's going to be a season-long analysis of Jalen Milroe for me. First couple weeks, I think we're going to see a lot of the same, though, from him. I don't. Who do they open up with? Do they have gimmies to open up like they always do?
Alabama. They play Western Kentucky to start. They're a little bit of like a slow burn.
Yeah, they're always a slow burn. They always are. They open up crazy, 5-touchdown performance. That's great. Heisman candidate. And then we'll see how he's doing in week 6. That's when I start really making my analyzations of how the season's going to go for him. Maybe a little earlier, like week 4.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him. He's one of those guys who, again, I was hard on him last year, but I'm going to be really disappointed if he doesn't take the step forward. Just because if he's good, and when he was on as a runner, and then I will give Tommy Rees credit in setting him up in situations where everybody was coming downhill and knowing that he had enough of an arm to just connect over the top. So it was like downhill, bring the defense down. That was a terrible throw.
Awful. They sent the house.
Oh, my God.
Skied it out of bounds on an out route that it wasn't even close. Maybe it was a business decision. That's not what you want to do on a drive like this, where you come off of a missed field goal. You have an incredible play to the sidelines. You don't just go to a 4th and 6.
Effort's getting a lot of screen time. I love it. I might watch his tape later, man.
Oh, they're running. Are they?
They're going for it. They're on like the 40-yard line. Oh, no, they're punting. Oh, my God.
Punting on the plus
so
45.
Pathetic. This is so pathetic. I'm sorry, and this is going to get brought up on Orfino and Joe show tomorrow. Florida State's going to be cooked in their big matchups this year. They're not beating Florida State.
Oh,
my God.
Wait, Florida State's not beating Florida State?
Miami.
Oh, Miami.
Sorry, they're not beating Miami.
This is a rough showing. I know it's week 0, but this is a game that will be held against them. Unfortunately, you're in the national spotlight, first game of the year, and you're dropping a dud through 2.5 quarters against Georgia Tech. Give me this. This will be remembered this season for Florida State. Even if they come back and string off 6 straight wins, they have a good record going into December when all the decisions are getting made. It won't matter to me. I'll remember this. It's not a team that is ready to boom the team's worse than them. And I can't use boom anymore.
Why?
Those Costco morons took it. That's just...
I regret putting Florida State in my playoff bracket right now. Very heavily regret it. This is not a team that can win the ACC. there would need to be, at least their defense is looking a little bit more explosive right now. Like they're getting some huge stops, not like stop at the line of scrimmage, but come downhill, 4-yard, 3-yard tackle for loss. Look at that.
You see, it's weird.
Hide and then sneak through that gap. That's a great play by 10.
I don't have the
good tackle too. Sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. Blake's back, by the way. DJ, you stinks. Thanks, Blake.
I know.
Oh my God, that throw by Hans King. Sorry, what were you saying? I keep cutting you off.
I'm not having this general betting rage that I do, where it's just anger. The team isn't doing what I would want them to do. It's more confusion and disappointment from Florida State so far.
That is true.
Do I want to win the bet? Yes, I desperately do. But what is superseded that in my brain is, why is this game going the way that it is? Where is it going to happen? When's it going to happen? It's so confusing that it's hard for me to actually be in that betting mindset. You're costing me money.
I have gotten pretty good about not getting super flustered by betting outcomes, but I will tell you what really gets me worked up watching games, and people are going to start to see this.
Fell down.
Wow. I don't even know if that kid was going to be in the range of that pass. That was a really damn good defensive drive from Florida State. That's a good hold. I get super flustered, though, and it's going to be seen a lot on these watch parties. If I am very committed to a pick on how I think a game is going to happen, and I say it on shows that I'm doing and on guest spots, and I'm confident in that, and it goes completely opposite in the other direction, I am not somebody who pussyfoots a prediction. I don't. I'm just not going to do that. I think that it's kind of lame to predict things that way. Pick a side, stand by that side, and jump on it. But when I'm wrong and I got fans coming after me, I get super, super fucking pissed off. That was a bold decision by number 10 to grab that football. I don't know why, but I had...
That punt was all over the place. It was almost blocked.
But he grabbed that ball in the most unsecure way imaginable. I could have sworn that he was going to lose that ball.
I think maybe also during the season when there's more plays happening at the same time, I can get more upset. Right now, it's rusty football. It's shake off the rust football. Hard to bet on. It's like betting on the preseason. And it's a good thing we left watching that Astros game when we did last night, because Baltimore had a walk-off grand slam, and Astros 1.5 did not cover, which was really unfortunate.
Oh, that your Astros bet did? Yeah, my Padres bet hit. That was a good one last night.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I got an odds boost on it too. Georgia Tech needs to get back to attacking the edges in the run game. DJU single-handedly is going to lose. Yeah, Blake, I don't know if you were in here a second ago, but I said that pretty adamantly, that this team can't beat Miami. And I'm going to say that tomorrow on our show, Blake, when we hop on. That's going to be the first take that I have off the jump, is that, and we even predicted this when we did the ACC preview. The take that I had is, I don't know if DJU is the type of guy that if they go down by 10 points and there's 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, that he can orchestrate 2 drives quickly enough to put you back in contention to win the football game, or to at least tie it up. I know that your defense could force a turnover and get a stop, but are you going to have to require your defense scoring for you in order to stay in games like that? They will not match up with Miami. This isn't a crash course of kind of like last year with Louisville, where Louisville was a little bit more run-centric. A lot of their production came from Jawar Jordan and Isaac Garendo. That was the focal point for them offensively. And when you had this crash course of 2 teams with good defenses and good run games, but one team's defense and run game was a lot better, that was why they won the ACC championship game without Jordan Travis. That's not what Miami is. Miami is going to take the top off of you. They are going to run the ball between the tackles, and they're going to take shots, aggressive shots. Cam Ward is not this skittish, and that has always been the problem for DJU. DJU has not been an aggressive decision maker. I would rather, and I think this is one of the things that people don't talk about enough when quarterbacks don't pan out in college and especially in the NFL. It's not about making mistakes. It's about not being willing to take risks. Kenny Pickett fits into that bucket perfectly, where he just never was willing to take risks and couldn't make plays while taking risks. Jordan Love is the positive side of this. He's now able to play within that range. Cam Ward, similar type of arm of Jordan Love, more experience now, good receivers, good run game, is going to take some risks and make some plays that most quarterbacks in the country can't. DJU is not going to be able to keep up.
It's a rough first showing. Congratulations, Blake, by the way. Super happy for you.
I want to know everyone else if they're fasting.
I want to know what everyone else is dogging off on today. Blake, what are you eating? That's what I want.
Blake, what are we eating?
I want some inspiration for after this game.
Send us some pictures. We'll put it up on the screen.
Oh, I might go get wings again. Those wings, they're so good. I might have to get those wings again.
Sean goes to the same strip mall and orders the same wings from the same strip mall.
I'll get two more high lifes today like I did yesterday.
And sit on the roof. Is there a TV up there, by the way?
No TV, I don't think.
Not outside.
Not on the outside.
What about in the good run by Roydell Williams? Ryan, when did I say confidently that FSU was good? My take, by the way, I'm not
Ryan,
eating any.
Ryan knocked me for saying DJU wasn't going to get 10 wins this year. What are you?
Oh, that is a good point. You got yelled at.
Yeah, I got yelled at by.
Yeah,
this
Ryan,
dude.
what the hell? You're the one who's eating crow here.
Fucking ball nowhere Anderson right now.
You tried to bring up he's got all these wins. Win stats for quarterbacks mean nothing, especially in college when you played at 3 schools. No, I'm not eating crow yet, man, because I'm telling you what, Miami prediction is looking really good. Pull the clip. Pull the quote. What's the quote, Ryan? I need to know.
Ethel just laid the boom here right before the sticks.
I missed it. I was too busy
Oh,
yelling
they'll
at Ryan.
replay this hit. They have to. What a stuff.
He would be wearing a Rydell Revolution if they were still allowed to be wearing those. If there was like one that was still certified.
Oh, I'm sure DJU had 10 wins himself literally twice. Ryan, give me a break. You know exactly what I was saying within that context. Yeah. He is not a quarterback that elevates his team to 10 wins. He was on 10-win teams as the quarterback, but that is different.
Yeah, Ryan, you misunderstood him.
That is exactly what I was saying. And Ryan made
took Ryan's bait. You took Sean's bait.
But Ryan also, it was a fine response. He was on 2 10-win teams. It's a pretty even argument, but that's exactly what I was saying, is that he is not on his own a 10-win quarterback. If you dropped him on Kansas, he wouldn't have done what Jalen Daniels has done in the last couple of years.
Ryan, you got baited by Sean. Sean is a master baiter, and he is he knows how to trap you.
God, right in that net like a crab.
Clickbait kings here on Hack City. Oh, look at DJU trying to block. Can we get DJU in motion and line him up behind the backside of the tight end and just do a direct snap every single play? You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's put him in motion. Let's line him up, as like the F and put him up behind.
I've been a big advocate for different variations of quarterback runs in Atlanta. I wanted to
no, not quarter. You're misunderstanding me here. I'm not saying quarterback run. I'm saying put DJU in motion. Put him. I want like a 4 tight end set on the right side and use him as the 4th tight end and just direct snap to any. Oh, now he's taking a shot to a guy that's not open and it's out of bounds. Holy shit. Why on 2nd and 7 are you taking that shot?
It's confusing.
Joe can attest that I am down on FSU in general. Yeah, I will at least attest to that. I didn't say I was necessarily high on them. I've been much higher on Miami. I have been drinking the Miami Kool-Aid, and this is just reaffirming my blind faith in Mario Cristobal. God, you couldn't have. This is like, I don't know. Have you done Road to Glory in the CFB game?
No, I value my time.
I made a receiver at ODU, and I want to like develop him and then transfer him up. And DJ,
they'll send the house on 3rd down against this guy. He can't read the pressure, and he can't find the open receiver when 6 are coming after him. He's cooked. He is cooked this year. And this sounds overreactionary, but we're watching.
No, this isn't. This is every time he drops back, it is the play's over. That whole left side of the field just looks so.
Now Ryan's clickbaiting. Clemson ACC champs. I'm still riding.
He had the tight end. They are just sending so much pressure, and they're just leaving guys one-on-one out on islands. There was nobody over the top. Am I misremembering that play? Oh, he didn't wave that. Oh, bold decision, brother. What are you doing?
The punt returners are going band for band right now. we're gonna. If you want to pick yours up, I'll pick mine up. What a hit! Oh,
I think it's more empty pocket for empty pocket. I don't know if it's band for band.
So there's 0 PF right now.
Yeah. What I was saying, though, as we go to commercial, though, the quarterback at ODU, I have a deep threat receiver. So I'm just beating these shitty corners over the top. And this jackass quarterback underthrows me every time. And all the corners do is they just turn around and they just pick the ball off and they run it back for a pick six. So this guy's averaging like 4 interceptions a game. DJU is playing like that. He hasn't thrown a pick yet, but you could be wide open over the top, and you know damn well that ball's going nowhere near you.
Yeah, as soon as it was launched, it looked like, I think he's PI merchanting. He says, okay, this isn't open, I'll throw a deep ball, try to get some yards that way, and try to get a first down that way. It's been a cheap tactic used by NFL players, but it's in the rules. Use the rule book. I'm not, as a romanticizer of football and someone that applauds coaches that know the rule book in and out, I'm not going to truly knock it. But I do find it to be cheap and a little bit gauche for the quarterback to try to do that all the time.
Blake, I'd even take this a step further, though. This isn't just his decision-making. There's no touch. There's no anticipation. It feels so erratic.
It feels forced. Every pass feels forced.
And that's why right now what we're watching is Georgia Tech is just saying, we're going to send... maybe not 8, but we're going to send like 6 or 7 in any of these drop back situations. Those receivers were getting open, but the pressure has been so quick to get there because it is just a numbers game. And honestly, to go to this point on the decision making, I have no idea, but I'd be willing to bet. I don't think that DJU, I don't think that he understands the coverages. I don't know if this playbook enables him to make any pre-snap decisions, but it doesn't look like he is looking at what's happening in front of him, realizing where pressure is coming from, and then to know, all right, we need to check to something. I need to go to this specific route because I know that I've got one-on-one coverage, and I need to just kind of heave it and see if I can get some, like you're saying, be a PI merchant. But instead, he's just snapping the ball. He's letting the pressure come. There's not enough guys to block all these guys every time they're sending pressure, and then he's just crumbling in the pressure. There is no reactiveness or decision-making or adjustment being made by him.
Yeah, if I was Georgia Tech right now, I would keep on sending the house on 3rd down. And if I was Florida State, I'd try to get DJU on the run, make him mobile, work to his strengths more. He's not doing it for you in the pocket right now. Get him on a rollout, get him on a boot, more play action. Try to figure it out that way. That's it. But right now, you're not going to nickel and dime this Georgia Tech defense the way that they're playing. The adjustment has to be work to DJU's mobility strengths.
Somebody commented on one of my tweets, you could long snap it out there better.
I think you could. I've seen some of your trick shots that you still have up on your Instagram page.
When am I supposed to take those down? Honestly, Ryan, by the way...
You're 26.
Those are good. Those are cool videos. Am I supposed to take them down? Screw you.
Oh, dude.
By the way, this is funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Oh, no. Wait, what's happening here?
Come on, Zumo.
Come on,
Zumo.
Man, I missed the beginning of that drive. This is a slog of a third quarter.
Okay, big fella. Oh,
ooh, that tight end can
move. A little
move.
Juice. It might have been the YouTube TV getting back up to up to where it's supposed to be, but he was moving. Boyd, all right.
I'm not feeling confident that this game is going to be over by the time my 3:20 radio spot is.
Oh yeah, that might be rough for you.
Yeah, this game is really slowed down because these teams are trying to throw the ball because the run game's getting taken away, and neither of these quarterbacks can complete. Oh my God, he's 0 for 5 on yards that are passes that are over 6 yards. Holy shit!
It's a slop fest. God.
This is one of the worst quarterback matchups I can remember.
This is rough.
In recent memory in what was supposed to be two teams in a power conference.
Man, DJ, you had hype. Oh.
Hey, Ryan, you're making fun of me for saying I got a radio spot. Why don't you book one? Screw you. I love you, Ryan. It's all love. Ooh, big
Fine
hit,
pass,
but
good catch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back. It's tied. Let's get back to the line of scrimmage, buddy. He's fired up. What am I talking about?
He got hit,
Come
though.
on.
That was a big hit.
No, what are we doing?
Looks like Florida State's trying to get after him with some pressure.
That's a fine play. I'll take it. 5 yards. Yeah, that'd be the inverse of how Florida State would want to win it and say, if our suck-ass quarterback is getting tanked by the pressure, let's try to do it to this suck-ass quarterback.
I think this is Ryan's way of saying that this is sarcastic, knowing Ryan. I don't think he's actually applauding your...
Oh, from Johnny Force Comper over there?
Oh!
That's going to get me in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to get mad. He's going to get mad.
It's not going to like that. Georgia Tech rolling, moving the ball. Look at 77, 310, I'm sure.
They are letting these receivers just play out on an island. I just unfollowed Sean. Yep, that was coming. So if Georgia Tech wins, I'm going to every one of those comments in our preview and getting on the FSU fans. Blake, I don't think you realize, though, the Georgia Tech fans are going to come for our heads. If I'm not worried about the Florida State fans, man. I'm worried. Wow, that was a good throw. How did he get that off?
Haynes King doing Haynes King things. That's why he was so highly recruited, I guess.
I don't know what that means.
He'll give you 2 plays a game, man. Again, another completion under 6 yards, though. But it's not going down the field.
Yeah, everyone's dogging DJU right now. Ryan, you would be surprised how many Georgia Tech fans there are. You would be astonished to find out how many were in my mentions this week.
They get loud down there in the A. Not for the Falcons, though. They will get loud for Georgia and Georgia Tech.
God, there is just, look how low those safeties are playing. Just one-on-one press coverage.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no,
ball on the ground.
Pick up the ball. Someone get the ball.
Oh, you dumbass. Why would you try to pick it up and run with it? Jump on the ball. That has to be one of my biggest pet peeves. When these guys see the ball and they think that they're going to score a goddamn touchdown. You just had a game-changing play.
In college, it's too risky. Just jump on the ball because you're down when you're down. It's not the NFL where you can, if no one touches you, you can get down, roll up, and go. Just jump on the ball in college. Come on, King. Sloppy operation. Way to get on it, big fella. That's what we practice in the offseason.
Oh my God. Is that 77 who jumped
77. Been watching them all game. Staying involved.
All right, you can't give this up if you're Florida State. You got the
now
right.
He's spinning around.
Oh my God.
No way.
Man,
it's not just the offense for Florida State. The defense is rough too.
Embarrassing performance by Florida State. This is not a top 10 team.
I know I didn't have them in my CFP bracket. I'm happy about that.
Ryan, they are not nice kids who like engineering. It is the complete opposite. Some of the meanest fans that I've encountered are Georgia Tech fans.
They're vicious with a deep understanding of the internet and technology, so they'll get after you.
Yeah. God, this running back's just running hard as shit. Buster Faulkner, man. That is a great name for a coach.
I should have known. I should have looked up the coaches' names.
Where is he? Where is he from? Buster Faulkner. He's got a Wikipedia. Played at Valdosta. You would be surprised to find out how many guys played or coached at Valdosta. There are so many random dudes.
It's a bit of a factory.
It's
good read. Get behind your lineman. Get down. Just get down.
Oh, my God.
Just get down, please. You already fumbled it once this drive. Took it to the one, though. He's playing with heart.
He was the OC at Southern Miss and got hired by Jeff Collins as the quarterback quality control coach and then was promoted to OC when Key was hired officially. Big FCS background. Murray State, Central Arkansas. Yeah, this is really lame by Florida State, man.
Haynes King might make a fan out of me this year.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear that.
I like it, man. He's playing with heart. He's playing hard. It's anybody's ball game. Someone needs to do it. Nobody on Florida State's showing me they want to win this game.
And this is the exact situation that I'm talking about here. Is that you score on this drive, say theoretically Florida State gets stopped. Refresh ESPN. Are we behind?
Okay.
Looking like a true offensive lineman. Oh,
you know what? We don't get stats in the O-line, Ryan. We just you got to measure with heart and effort up there. I know silly linebacker Ryan Roberts, not silly calling you, but you know, you get tackles, you get interceptions, you get assisted tackles. You get a ton of stats. We had nothing. So you measure it. You measure it if you're playing soft or not. That's the only measure. That's the stat that's getting brought up in the O-line film room.
Ryan and I share the same sentiment that we don't think that former offensive linemen make very good analysts. Some of the most overhyped analysts are former offensive linemen because they say shit like what you just said. He's playing with a lot of heart. You get free food. That is a mean thing to say.
Did Jakari Grant ever buy me a plate? No. Vito, maybe. No, not maybe. No, Vito was fine to me. Get free food.
I think he's just talking. Actually, yeah, you weren't.
Well, I was never in a position to be getting treated by the quarterbacks.
Or just generally, but I think that was like a scholarship comment of like your food was paid for. It's not like we had some abundance of like free things that we were given.
Onion bagels?
Yeah, we were given some really bad bagels every morning. That was some really soggy oatmeal. That was what we were given before practice.
Izzy and Donnie did their best, and I'll always love them for it because they put in the effort where others wouldn't have. And if that means going to a bakery in Pawtucket that had day olds that you could get for a dime a piece, I think that's the move that they would make. And it was a fine move. Which I can't confirm whether or not they did that. They could have been buying them wholesale. But if I'm seeing more and more how football programs are run, you have to have some workarounds, especially with your workaround guys.
They definitely were day olds. I mean, they were stale.
Do you remember Joe Kenny's onion bagel meltdown?
No, what was it?
We were in season. It was late in the season. I think it was senior year. It was week 5 maybe. We hadn't got off to a really good start. It was a Tuesday practice. Joe Kenny just gets beat the shit out of every game. He was a fullback tight end hybrid. A meathead, but a really good dude and a guy that you really wanted to have on your football team.
No neck, wore the butterfly collar or whatever they call it.
The cowboy collar. And he was, I guess he was agitated because he came in and he saw another onion bagel and he didn't have one. And a coach tried to tell him, fuel up, Joey. You got a big day ahead of you. He said, oh, yeah, fucking onion bagel again. Fucking nice. And he threw an onion bagel right at the wall, and I swear it bounced back at him. It was an eruption from the hallway because my locker was right by the door.
Of course, Ryan knows who Joe Kenny is.
And, he said, I'll never remember, fucking onion bagels again. Can we get something different? Sick of this. Oh, it was...
Onion bagels are not that bad. I don't know what they hate.
I was fine with them, but when you had them every day as your breakfast, a couple of the oatmeal and the scraps of chocolate milk that we had is a little bit different.
God, the chocolate milk was awesome.
That chocolate milk, I think about it all the time. I think about that chocolate milk all the time. Out of that awful bag, but it was so cold. You came out of a hot shower. You got a cold glass of that chocolate milk. Oh, it would like shake your teeth cold.
God, I wonder why I was so fat. And
I agree.
Blake, you ordered the wrong bagel. You ordered the touchdown Georgia Tech.
Putting it on them.
We got a rivalry,
big bagel discourse right now.
They don't have any bagels in South Jersey. They got rolls with holes in them. Those aren't bagels.
Oh, is that a big Jersey?
Yeah, no, because he thinks he's from Philly. He's basically from Eastern Philly, from where he is in South Jersey, and he swears everything's better down there. The pizza up here is better. The bagels are better. The sandwiches are better. You got better cheesesteaks. I'm never going to debate that. Ryan, the context of this is when Blake was here for when we did the Bleacher Report live stream. People were telling him to go get bagels. Sean and I recommended he should go get a bagel. And I think he ordered wrong when he ordered the bagel. And he claims it wasn't that good. I forget what exactly, Blake, you had gotten. But you got to either get just a plain bagel with cream cheese with a thick-ass schmear, or you got to get a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
Pork roll.
It's Taylor ham. You have no reason to be saying pork roll.
I still don't know which side of the state sides with what.
We're Taylor ham.
Where we currently are?
Yeah, we're Taylor ham. If you walk in and say pork roll in a deli, they will give you a dirty look. It's not pork roll. This is pathetic by Florida State, man. I don't even know. Oh my God. I'm not gonna make it. Look at the sponsor of that in the bottom right. That was a shit return.
I'm trying to see the sponsor.
Never mind.
No, I missed it.
Hey, I know that the food's great in the South. I will make a trip down to Louisiana at some point.
It is better down there. All the food is.
I really hope what would be really cool is if LSU hosted Notre Dame for a playoff game this year or next year. I will be on the first plane there. Mount Laurel Bagels. You kidding me? Bagel Bistro. It's made up. Mount Laurel. It's not a real place. It's just all South Jersey. It's all one big town that's just South Jersey.
Send off a tweet. What the hell are you talking about? I've been kind of phasing in and out. What the fuck is going on? You're just arguing about different locations in Jersey.
Yeah. It's a part of being a New Jerseyan.
Okay.
Sean,
you got
to get used to it. It's a very territorial state. It was a decent throw by DJU on that drive, by the way. I am so unprepared for what my mentions are going to be like after this. If Florida State loses this game.
Well, this is going to be a shocking win. So Georgia Tech fans are going to try to pretend like it's not, but it still is. It's still going to be a shocking win. People are going to be, how could Florida State lose that game? That is crazy. What a way to kick off the college football season with a massive upset. So Georgia Tech fans having a delusion that they were going to come in here and dominate Florida State, or at least be winning in the fourth quarter, just be happy about it. Don't be spiteful. Don't be a guy that said, oh, we knew this was going to happen all the time. No, you didn't. You've been Georgia Tech, and Florida State was undefeated in the regular season last year. You have to have some sense of reality. I know that's hard to do for college football fans, but there has to be some sense of who you are, where you're coming from, the context and the circumstances of the matchup before you start shredding into Joe and Blake tomorrow. Like, there has to be some of it.
Oh, there won't be. There won't be. Blake, we are going to get cooked tomorrow, by the way. As long as we can agree that there's no Central Jersey. Yeah, there is no Central Jersey. I don't really know what side really states that. I've never really understood anyone who tries to pitch that. Bridgewater is kind of where I start to lean that it's starting to become South Jersey. I wonder if FSU is going to blame the ACC for this performance. I mean, it is so ironic after all of the conversations. Was that a first down? After all the conversations that were had this offseason about moving conferences and shaking up the landscape of college football and how shortchanged Florida State was. And I'm not saying that like I'm glad that they're eating crow for this. I'm not. It just really sucks.
They made a big stink, and they were crybabies, and they wanted out, and it was a separate group chats, and they were tooting that thing up for the SEC.
Where are you? Oh my God.
And
he's just throwing it directly out of bounds, not intentionally. There's nothing coming with that. Sorry, what were you saying?
It's almost karma for how they treated the conference that has been treating them well. They wanted more money. Okay, we'll try to get you some more money. Oh, now we want to go. Okay, you're in a contract and you're trying to bail because you can see that some ships are sinking and that the whole system is sinking these ships. You want to get out. You want to preserve your life jacket. Preserving a life jacket doesn't happen if you're down a touchdown with no momentum against Georgia Tech in week 0, a year after you were crying like that.
Okay, that's a good throw.
Yeah, that was a good read, right play.
He feels like he's kind of getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, but that was a one-read play, Joe. It was a slant over the middle.
That's more. They haven't thrown anything like that until this point.
I'm aware. I think they're doing fine.
But they should be attacking the middle of the field because they're pressing everybody up. They're playing the line of scrimmage close. There has been so much. There's no safety help over the top. They're getting cooked.
Maybe they don't have a real deep threat. It might go back to these wide receivers, man. They don't have a guy you can just throw it up to and solve all your problems.
And they didn't necessarily have like that true deep threat last year, but what they used to just do is, hey, we're going to throw to Keon over the middle.
Yeah.
Johnny Wilson was not a deep threat, but
he was a reserve. He was a.
They took so many shots downfield.
You could only get so mad about your quarterback throwing it up to the 6'7" guy on the outside. It was a good limiter of patience for the fans in the offense. God, man. Good run fit.
Yeah. Effort again, man.
Effort making a name for himself here. I'm sure that meme didn't die out quick. You losers on the internet made a good movie moment. An awful trope yet again.
God, the amount of people just blasting DJU.
And this isn't DJU's fault. It's the DJU apologist's fault.
Well, no, it's his fault that...
Very clever, Ryan. I'm sure it's not fucking effort.
The fact that this is the first game of the season and this is what everyone is watching right now. He's under a microscope.
Oh, yeah.
So, you got 80. Oh, my God. That was like 3 seconds late to 84. You had him on his first break. Oh, my God. And if you're going to go for it and intend to go for it on 4th down, stop throwing to the sticks. Pick up some yardage. Yeah, it was a terrible decision, Blake. You're absolutely right. If they don't score here, this game's over. Because all the momentum is in Georgia Tech's hands.
Yeah.
They were running the ball great last drive. They get a short field.
What do they call here?
I don't know. Well, that left side of the field, you got bailing.
With him.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Zone breaker.
All right.
That's fine.
Good throw, DJU.
Good protection. Good throw. That's fine.
They are leaving a chasm of space about 10 to 15 yards over the middle. Look at that. Look how much space there's over the middle of the field.
Yeah.
They need to keep running ins to the middle of the field. They need to keep running vertical routes to the middle of the field. That is wide open right now.
If there was any better disguise, I don't think he makes the throw. He runs for 3 yards. But Georgia Tech...
Ryan, where have you been for the past hour? We're both in love with Efford, man. That guy is awesome. It's a bad rushing play. Was that him who made that? No. Efford's a tank, dude. Brendan commented, I tweeted out a picture of the linebacker. He tweeted back at me, "You may not like it, but this is what peak middle linebacker physique looks like."
Dude, he says that jokingly, but there's people that are scouting that will take note of this dude with this big neck collar making plays and getting involved in tackles.
Ryan, this is linebacker 1, by the way. This is LB 1. I don't care if he can't move.
Look at that statue in the middle, just ready to get off the block, Oh, you got blocked out of this fucking frame effort.
He's what I looked like in high school. Ryan, we need a picture. I'm not going to doubt you. We need a picture. Tackling has been great. I give Brent.
They've improved a lot from the first drive. That first drive was filled with arm tackles, and the defense locked in, and they said, we got to wrap these dudes up.
6'2" and 230 pounds of mayhem. I know you're talking about effort. I know that you're not talking about you.
6'2" for Ryan Roberts? I don't know about all that.
I would believe that he was that big, not height wise.
How much taller was he than you when you guys were in India?
He was
together?
like an inch taller than me.
Oh, so he's 5'11".
He's I think yeah. Maybe half an inch.
You're 5'10" on the dot.
We were about. I'm not 5'10" on the dot. I'm 5'10" and 3/4. So I'm taking that.
No wonder you're so angry.
Screw you. Does Ewers have what it takes to lead the Longhorns, my Longhorns, into a deep playoff run? I need to see how he plays in the first couple games of the season. I think the way that Ewers plays against Michigan is going to be a true indicator. Just like we're criticizing DJU for not improving in his decision-making, his decisiveness, and all those things, Quinn Ewers has to be more decisive and more reactive and more fluid. 4th and 8. Oh, my God. Wow. He keeps just over the middle.
Slant merchant.
How many times do we need to watch them just dick around the first three plays, and then they come back to these route concepts across the middle of the field? The well is open. How much do you want to bet? Here's my 2 predictions on this drive, Sean.
Yeah.
DJU, here are 3 predictions. DJU fumbled snap, DJU interception, or 4th down stop on the 1-inch line.
I have 4th down, push in barely, touchdown, goes to review for 5 minutes. And it definitely makes you unavailable due to the radio spot. Okay. Or we'll just run it in 1st down.
Yeah, he walked in. I'm an asshole. What do you think of Quinn Ewers? Great question. Great questions by Sam, by the way. I don't know, Samuel, which do you prefer? We'll get to my camera turned
I
off.
haven't seen a ton of regression from Ewers, which I like. I've seen subtle improvements while maintaining good arm strength, solid accuracy, and I think he's a big game quarterback. I saw the Quinn Ewers story started unfolding and telling me a lot last year when he beat Alabama, and he was taking the top off, dropping the ball in a bucket. Is he going to do some things that confuse you, irritate you as a Texas fan? Yes. But when it's a big game versus a big opponent like that, I loved it. I loved seeing him say, we need to have a nuts-hanging game. I'm going to go do it in the first half, drop 2 in the bucket, and get us a lead at halftime, however that game shook out. He was impressive. And a game against them versus other Big 12 opponents is much different, in my opinion. Stepping up to the occasion of a quarterback is probably the most desirable trait that I could see from quarterbacks, not just going into the first game of the season and laying it a complete egg like somebody in this game. It's different. I'm high on Ewers. I have been, and I think I will remain high unless I see him completely fall apart this year.
Yeah, I think that he's going to be big on. He is going to be a big contingency point, I think, for Texas's success and how they do. It's going to be all on if he can make that slight step forward, which is he doesn't need to be a world beater. His traits are good enough for him to make some big boy plays. I don't need him to enter the upper echelon of just being like a premier, dominant, best quarterback in the country. I just need him to make better decisions.
Just make the right play.
Yes. Don't be like DJU, who has stagnated since he was a sophomore in college. Like DJU has been the same guy since he was a sophomore in college. And I saw some improvements from Quinn Ewers, and it kind of sucks for him that he has missed so much time to injury, and it feels like he's just hasn't been able to get into a rhythm and get comfortable. I think that this year, if he's more healthy, then it's going to be a little bit more consistent for him.
Yeah, I think he's been what Texas has been looking for also. A quarterback that when the right decision is made, he's making the throw. He just is. He'll make a wrong decision. He'll have a questionable interception and stuff. But having a guy where if you have Sarkisian scheming up that offense and you have all the playmakers and you just need him to hit a playmaker in the flat, or you just need him to hit a nice corner route, he can do that. He has the arm strength. He has the ball placement. I am big on Ewers.
Christina's saying you look like Arthur Smith, by the way. This is an awesome tweet. They should make alcoholic milk. Just a guy holding a gallon milk
That's what
jug.
they drink in Iowa.
Alcoholic milk.
You know there's some frats that pregame with that, unironically, that says,
Probably.
we're going to get milk drunk.
We're going to get milk drunk.
Thanks for the Arthur Smith comp, Christina. I'm sure I won't carry that with me for the rest of the week.
In a good or a bad way?
Bad way. Definitely a bad way. Even though yeah. It's a weird look. The mustache, no beard. Ryan. Ryan. You're a sick puppy. You're a sick puppy, RR.
You keep calling him RR. I don't know why you...
Trying to get RR. He's
trying to turn that into a
the
thing?
Rolls Royce of scouting. How about that? Oh, yeah. Double R's?
That's
Double R's on your
too-
fucking forehead? Oh, yeah. You should get a chain.
He's too...
You should get a freaking Rolls Royce chain.
A linebacker can't be equated to... And I think I said this to you. It's also very funny that having now met my two other co-hosts that I met through online in person, Blake couldn't be more of a center the way that he acted in person, and just meeting him in person, like, could not have epitomized what being a center is like. Could not have done that anymore. Ryan, the same thing with being a linebacker. He could not have fit the billing of just being and acting like a linebacker the whole time we were in Indianapolis.
That's so shocking to me. Because Ryan's a put-together dude. He's a good speaker. He writes well. I typically...
What, are you trying to call linebackers dumb?
I did a lot of work for linebackers in college. Okay?
Like who?
I'm not outing who I helped with.
Oh, you're saying you were doing homework for
I'm just
linebackers.
saying that there were people that understood that I could write a couple paragraphs, and then I could clean up some paragraphs.
God, for whoever's decision making was to go to you to help with their homework, I pray for how their careers are going right now.
I needed some bread, man.
It's a good tackle by, I think it was Cypress that made the tackle on first down.
Yep, here it comes. Sam texting in 0-1 start to CFB, huh?
Are they watching the stream?
No, I'm sure not. I'm sure they're just watching
No,
this game.
Ryan, I'm not
He is
calling you dumb.
You
Sean,
should hear what he says when he's not on stream, Ryan.
Okay,
you
all
text
right.
Me, I'll let you know what he says about you.
That's a rude thing. That is a unnecessary and also untrue thing to say to make it seem like I'm bashing Ryan behind his back.
Just give me a call later,
No,
Ryan.
I was not calling you
I'll
dumb.
fill you in.
I was not calling you dumb. Sean called you dumb, though. Sean called you dumb. There's no dancing around that.
A dumb person couldn't put out 21 articles while they're in Scotland or Ireland.
I
for
thought it was
their vacation.
25.
Oh.
Man, they can't keep up with them.
It's about to start raining again too. So maybe we'll go full
Is it?
circle.
Are you
with
tracking?
the
Are you tracking the weather?
No, but we saw the sky vision or the sky view of the stadium, and look at the clouds. Tell me it's not going to start raining.
Oh, it looks like a beautiful day.
Am
in
I
Ireland.
tracking
That's good
it?
weather. That's good weather in Ireland, right there.
My buddy Casey just went with the Golfers Journal to do golfing in Ireland. He made it look just incredible. I would hate golfing in Ireland. I'd lose my ball. I'd get frustrated. The wind, the rain, the cold, wouldn't do it. I'd sit in the hotel and drink Guinness. I would say, all right, fellas, I got 4 holes in yesterday before I couldn't feel my fingers. I'm going to go find a pub. Oh, I've seen Joe's diet. He knows what a real grinder is. He can put down a grinder.
All right. Unhinged thing to say.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. Here's where the massive breaking point in this game is about to happen. Wow, false start. If they convert here and they score just a field goal in this drive, there's no way. They're going to take off too much time off the clock. There is no way with like a minute and a half and 3 timeouts left that DJ, you could orchestrate
Yeah, because even
drive.
if Georgia Tech decides to take away the middle of the field, I don't have faith that he's going to launch a deep ball and take the top off on one of the edges.
Yeah.
I don't have faith in that happening. I know he is, Ryan. I know he's a huge BK fan.
I am not a BK fan. Oh, wow. Great pressure.
Wow,
but
good play. Get the first down, man. Oh.
This running back's kicking their ass. That's the real winner of this game. I don't want to hear anyone talking about Haynes King being stock up. This running back has been phenomenal.
The running back room has been very good. Let me get his name real quick one more time. Jamal Haynes. Carving them up. Carving them up.
How much of today's FSU performance is on Norvell?
80%.
Well, considering I don't know who said that he was the play caller today, I would say a lot of it. I would say
high and tight, King. Wow, getting bullied.
Damn,
getting bullied.
Yeah, I would put a lot of onus and pressure on on Norvell's shoulders for how unprepared they seemingly are.
Even if Florida State comes out of this thing with a win, because there's time and it's college football, and trying to script what the hell happens in these games is so hard. But this is a humbling game for Florida State to go and say, we are not as good as we thought we are. Our money and our mouth are not in sync.
If he finishes this game with 10 completions and they win, that is going to be one of the most absurd ways to lose.
That just shows how flawed the defense is. How weak they are.
Yeah, up
in the
the
front
middle.
Seven. Pass protection, sure, but why would anybody ever try to pass like this? Air it out against God.
Oh my God.
Why would anybody ever try to air it out against this defense? Patrick Payton, awesome edge rusher, fantastic. Can get to the quarterback, make sacks. He's going to have so little opportunities after this first game on a 3rd and long. I would just run it and run it and run it against this defense all year. Big fellas have held up.
Yeah, they're running the clock out now. They're going to kick a field goal. There's going to be
awful head of hair.
That's going to be it's a terrible haircut. That they just showed on that coach, Georgia Tech coach. There's going to be a minute left. They're going to kick a field goal, and DJU is going to poop his pants on the final drive.
Well, it's I don't want to say it. You can't bank on them making a field goal, though. You can't. It's college. You hope.
They already did miss one.
They already missed one. Tattooed leg kick.
I don't like the leg sleeve kicker.
I don't like the leg sleeve kicker.
I
don't know. It's got bad energy. It's got negative aura for a tattooed kicker.
Kickers with oh God, upper arm sleeve and leg sleeve is not good.
He's covered.
2-minute warning. Oh, what? I thought there was a. Oh no, they.
I don't know.
Why didn't they stop at 2 minutes?
Brother, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing here.
Who's running the clock? Get it together. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a 2-minute warning now. Oh, sorry guys.
Look at the flat caps. They don't even care how this game ends. They're just happy to get a good drunk on.
I don't know about that.
Now I'm getting okay. The tweet's gotten too big, Joe. I'm punching out. I don't care. I don't care if it's not if you think there was a better lie detector gag in The Simpsons. I don't care. This is not. It was a stupid tweet.
Wait, what?
I'm over it.
Wait, what?
I keep on getting people responding to The Simpsons tweet. This wasn't even the best lie detector gag.
People are saying that?
The Mo one. Yeah, they're talking about The Simpsons tweet like it's a fucking college football tweet. It's absurd.
How many likes does it have?
Let's see.
Did anyone else shit on you for trying to plug the show link?
I'll see. Right now, 14,000 likes.
14,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
600,000 views.
Did you pick up any followers?
Not one.
Oh, no.
Not one follower.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it's still the only response to the stream. Like, get the fuck out of here, you degenerate gambler.
Did you respond to that guy?
No, I'm not.
Why?
Kidding. What am I? I'm not saying anything to him.
Yeah, they do look more motivated, Blake.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that, or else Ryan's gonna get oh, yo, offensive lineman talking to the offensive line speak. You be careful, Blake. Ridiculous take. What a ridiculous take. Like, it's not a cerebral position. Played by dummies. Some can be dummies. But you have to know everything about the offense and defense to play offensive line. So I'm sure they don't, that they can't make a good analyst.
My camera feels like it's on an angle.
Maybe it's, what do you mean?
It feels tilted. Like it's like this.
Maybe it's either the floors or your glasses. It looks okay.
Yeah, or just my brain.
Yeah. Long commercial break for a 2-minute warning.
Yeah, what the hell?
Trying
to take the air out of them. Holy shit. Come on. We can do it.
We're close. No. Wait.
Watching a guy drive in the middle of the road.
Sure, it's some famous cliff.
Love to drive off that. The under hit. The under's going to hit.
You know what? I'm happy for you.
I think. Yeah, because if... oh, no. Wait, no. If they score... I need a field goal here. Because if Florida State...
42, you're fine. Touchdown or field goal.
Well, Florida State... If Georgia Tech scores quickly here and then Florida State goes down and ties it, then I'm done.
Yeah, you just can't have 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, we're at 42 points.
55 plus another 14 to that is 56. Yeah, you're good. You clear that. Collins going to go 3 for 3.
I would be selling out to stop the run here, man. Just don't.
No, they're getting blocked to hell, and the running backs are seeing the lanes. They're seeing the lanes, and these linebackers caught up in the mush all game. Indecisive, not moving down to the ball carrier, just waiting for someone else to make the tackle. 9-yard gain. Unbelievable.
All I heard the past couple months, or just month in general, was how Florida State's linebacker room is supposed to be some of the most talented, or the most talented that it's been under Norvell, and this has been extremely disappointing.
Yeah.
Extremely, extremely disappointing.
Third and 1, man. Milk it, but you got to get up to the line. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Oh, they got it.
Did they?
They had to get it. Fell forward. Yep. You're trying to toast this game up. Come on.
Florida State call timeout? God, this is going to get dragged out to shit. There's a high chance you're going to have to...
I'll close it out, Papa. Don't worry.
Dolo for part of it.
We got 3:20. We can't burn a minute and 10 seconds in 20 minutes?
Well, there's a possibility that we end up with overtime.
Oh, yeah.
When's the other game start? I think there's a gap. Why do I think that there's a gap?
Let me see.
There's a couple FCS games on today.
McNeese, Tarleton. Wouldn't mind getting some eyes on Tarleton. Oh, Montana State at 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to see SEMO. They were disappointing last year. I might tap into some FAMU, maybe. Yeah, 4 o'clock next game, regardless.
4 o'clock's the next game?
The next
watchable game?
Yeah, that's New Mexico, Montana State.
3:30 on ESPN2. We've got Tarleton, McNeese, like you just said.
Yeah.
Then we've got the 7 o'clock FCS kickoff between North Alabama and SEMO. I don't know if I'd watch that. Florida A&M, Norfolk, 7:30. I'd peep that one. God, the Delaware State Hawaii game. I saw these idiots on the Delaware State team that were dancing out of sync, and the caption on the video, They were in the team hotel and they were dancing. It was like when your team goes viral for missing the plane. And I have never wanted to fade a team more. I should have gone and did it. Maybe I will do after this game ends.
Worried about the wrong things.
Yeah, well, it's just like you guys are dicking around a little too much, and the spread's 40 points. That's a huge spread. But I don't know if you're going to cover that, guys.
I thought you were going to talk about Florida State doing their TikTok dances, doing the Ireland dances.
Man, this is not how I would have thought this game would have gone after that first drive.
First drive, they looked sharp. First drive, it looked like they were going to be cruising. Maybe Norvell could just script one drive. Maybe that's all he could do. And then when he needed to get actually into the game flow, he doesn't have that club in his bag. Someone doesn't have that club in their bag.
God, I was so critical of DJU early this offseason, and I don't know why I let myself get like a little sucked in to thinking that they were going to be fine in a game like this.
Does that look like... Oh, God. Looks like a bunch of people that could retire at 45 with their Georgia Tech engineering degrees.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say this. Florida State fans look more like college football fans than Georgia Tech fans. All those people had, quarter zips.
Yeah.
I didn't see one gut in that whole fan section. Hardly any facial hair. I mean, that's another long timeout. Come on.
Yeah, that was insane how long that was.
Are we going to have to do it again here? We're going to run it? Go ahead.
That's why I don't think we're getting to 320, man.
Yeah,
game's going to end at
the box.
The game is going to end at 3:30. I'm telling you that right now.
Another timeout. We're going to stay here for this. I love the Georgia Tech knee braces. Those actually have some juice and drip. The gold.
The painted gold knee braces. Oh my God, another ad. Or it's not an ad, but like a...
Why is it blurry? Oh my God.
Yeah, I hate these throw to break.
They're stopping the clock. What do they need to do? What do they need to... They just got water. They just got a break.
Yeah, come on, guys. We can't be throwing this many times to commercial.
Just keep the action on the field. I don't care. Keep it zoomed out on the field. I don't care about this doof from Marietta, Georgia.
I don't need
and his
more
awful jean jacket.
I don't need more propaganda for Disney World. Disney World stinks.
Really?
I would never go.
I wouldn't go
I don't even think
with
I'd take
my friends
kids.
as an adult, but if I had kids, I'd take them.
I don't even know if I'd want to suffer through that and then take the financial hit of having to pay for that.
Yeah, because you can't not do the fast pass if you got a family and you actually want to go on the rides. So that's going to hit you. Stay close to the park. If you can't get on that tram, you're parking. Yeah, thanks, Sam. I had great memories there. I had great memories at Disney World.
I
My
just
family.
sound like an asshole.
Fantastic memories. But you and I both know a lot of people as adults older than us that flock there every year. They drive up and down the East Coast. They fly there just to walk around at Disney because I guess they don't. Maybe they don't mainline dopamine like I do, and they have to go to somewhere that actually fosters it naturally. But I'm good off that. Me and my friends walking around Disney World, I don't see it being a fit for me at this point in my life. Not saying I'm too unruly, but if you want to dirt bag it up and do the drinking and walk around Epcot with the drinks or whatever, I'd rather do that anywhere else but Disney World. Where I'm concerned about, I don't know, tripping and falling on a child. Like that is I hit a loose crack and then I ruined someone's family vacation because now they got to go to the Disney infirmary because 350 pounds just landed on little Jimmy.
It's just God, you would kill that kid. There's no infirmary. That kid's dead if you ever land on top of a kid.
I'd have to roll off. I'd have to land soft.
There is no landing soft with you. You are coming down hard.
Coming for your heavy-footed ass. Give me a break.
I don't weigh enough to do that. If I knocked over a kid, I think the kid would make it out okay. You fall on a kid, that kid's exploding. That kid is getting sent to another dimension. We're going to land, the kid's just going to be gone. His matter.
Look like a Bugs Bunny dust cartoon.
His matter is going to fuse with the ground. His atoms are just going to dissipate. I would be so afraid to know what that would feel like. God, just looking up, you just see the biggest gut.
Dude, I would hope. Oh, thanks, man. I would.
Don't fall on any kids, man. Okay.
I don't fall on children. I think I do a good job of that in my day-to-day life.
Is this a fear of big people? Is this a concern? That was an insanely long commercial break. Holy shit!
Run the play. We're going to have to run another. They can't send it to commercial 3 times in a row for 3 plays. That is abominable.
Oh, no! Haynes! You better get his ass! Oh, that was the most Haynes King thing possible. Random shout out. Great show from you two that I watch all the time. There's not enough FCS content out there. I also love the FBS content. Appreciate that, the Kumquat. Who are your teams? I feel like we have a pretty good gauge on who most of our listeners' teams are.
Yeah.
That are consistent commenters. I think it's the first time I've seen the Kumquat comment.
Yeah, I haven't seen him before. That is
an insane Haynes King, shit your pants. DJ, you.
It was
moment.
timed bad. He snapped it after the receiver had gone. What awful timing. What awful play design. Run it up the gut. 3rd and 18. Choking it away. This game will end at 3:30, just like you said. Maybe later.
It's going to end at 4:30.
That is jarring.
Playing for the tie.
Feels like it.
I kind of wish this would end in a tie. This feels like a tie game. I don't want to know the end of this game, man.
If Florida State wins this game, it might ruin my day. Because they're not going to cover either way.
You know what?
And they're going to get away with one against a Georgia Tech team that outplayed them for 4 quarters. Get a field. Just get some yards.
Yeah, there we go. He got tackled out of bounds, I think.
It's running, man.
Uh-huh.
Kick the field goal. Kick it through. Put an end to the good game. Put an end to it.
By the way, I reject the notion that this was a good game now.
Okay.
After thinking about it, this has probably been one of the sloppiest games. It was a good, hard-fought, old-school battle.
How about the win? How about good? You have a good win potential here. That's
Yeah.
not good game. They both stink. It was a slop fest.
Jackrabbit fan, K-State. If FSU loses, I will laugh hard. So hard.
Thanks. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are not FSU fans right now. And Blake is 100% right. Kirk Herbstreit is... I have a comment that I want to make on this kid, and I'm not going to do it.
What about that joke? Those jokers. Oh, another timeout. Don't you dare send us back to that commercial realm of hell. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Oh, flashback? Flashback.
Yeah, this is what immediately popped in my head where at the beginning when we were opening, this game was one of the most ridiculous, annoying games to watch. God, they still had the Russell uniforms.
That's real football right there.
Beefeater, this is a really good point. As a Notre Dame fan as well, I'm actually I didn't even think of this. Notre Dame's going to beat Florida State. I feel way more confident about that, even though I was already very confident going into the circumstance of getting them at home in November. But yeah, Notre Dame can't go unblemished. And they need to hope that Texas A&M has a good record. And same thing with USC. Because I don't have faith that Florida State, if they lose...
Oh, it's in.
Wow.
Look at them go. Look at Georgia Tech, man.
Holy shit,
Holy hell. Unbelievable. A long, silent flight home for the Florida State Seminoles. Georgia Tech, big party on the flight. No one's sleeping. Everyone
Time
happy.
to check the comments on Rufino and Joe show.
That's incredible theater to start off the college football season. Sloppy, messy game, doesn't matter. Started off with a walk-off field goal for Georgia Tech against previously ranked number 10
That's
Florida
insane.
State. Nutso start to the year. Go bonkers then, Burr. Go crazy, Georgia Tech. It's your biggest win of the year, and it still will be.
Look, I'm going to say this, and this is not going to be appreciated by Georgia Tech fans, but this is far more telling of Florida State and how weak they are going to be this year than it is an indication that Georgia Tech is going to be an ACC winner.
I don't think that's unfair. That's not unfair to say. Remember the circumstance, remember the context, and remember the team that you're rooting for.
Okay, I texted Blake, our mentions are going to be terrible, and he says, on you, not me. I said, no, you were critical of them too.
A Florida State fan that flew to Ireland to get drunk and watch their team beat the hell out of Georgia Tech is going to have to body $2,500 and just for misery. This is the pain. This is the risk. This is why you have to love sports. Man, what an ending.
All right. I think that's going to wrap things up for us. Thanks everyone who hung out and watched this with us. This was a fun experience. Unbelievably insane way to start the season that Florida State lost the way that they did. That was just brutal. I'm still kind of dumbfounded by the way that was purely tanked by DJU. That was all completely tanked by DJU. The run game didn't help. The run game the run defense for Florida State definitely didn't help.
The defense was tragic, and they show that their talent level is on par with Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
That does nothing for Florida State. This game only hurts them. It will hurt them for the rest of the year. They were hurt in everything when it came out of halftime, and they were tied with Georgia Tech. And it was we should have known then that they were celebrating a miracle field goal at halftime, that they had burned all their luck.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Hit the subscribe button. Can't even talk. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next weekend.